Hello? Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem. There's my background music. Hopefully. Here we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, I am still Blue Moony, as far as I know. Fantasy writer and shy magical library in human skin. Hello, hello. It's so lovely to see you all again. It's nice hearing you. Thank you so much, Reaper. Hi, Cobzilla. Hello, Ashley. Hello, everybody. Yeah. You know how I explicitly said in my schedule posts that I'm sure nothing else could go wrong? I got sick. Yeah, so that's been fun. Thankfully, not the big one. I've still managed to avoid the big one all these years somehow, unless I had it and was asymptomatic. But I'll probably never know that. But yes, it was unpleasant, and it's still a little unpleasant because on top of that cold thing that I had, I also managed to get myself sinusitis. So nothing else went wrong. That's good. Of course not. But yes, so the sinusitis had my whole face just in pain for days on end, and I thought it was just a part of a normal headache. It was not. The antibiotics have taken care of it. Oh dear. But yes, still not feeling fantastic, but far better. Far better than I was the last few days. Hi, Creative Fish. Oh, hey, howdy, what's good in the neighborhood? And other cheesy greetings. Yeah. Well, what's good is that we are finally getting to play Stanley. Bad news, yes, I've been sick since probably last Wednesday without properly realizing it. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear. That's okay. I didn't have it, well, the sinusitis was very unpleasant, but cold illness-wise, it wasn't nearly as bad as what the poor small one had. Hers didn't last as long as mine did, but it was really intense. She was just the most miserable I've seen her all last Friday. And really high temperature too, which I never got, which is good because high temperatures in my situation would be very bad. Oh dear, antibiotics gang had a debilitating ear infection, was put on the wrong antibiotics for a couple of days. Oh dear. Ow. Oh, the ear infections. Not fun. Oh, how many years ago was it now? It's a long time ago now. Long time ago. Time is so strange. This is from before the small one was born. I believe it was at a convention. I started having horrific ear pain. And it lasted a few days. Eventually went to the doctors, found out my ear is full of black fungus. So that also was fun. Yeah, aside from, the process of extracting small one, probably the most painful thing I've experienced is having all of that scraped out of my ear. Oh dear. I suppose that at least goes to show I haven't been unfortunate enough to have suffered a huge amount of pain in my life, which is very fortunate for me. I know I'm lucky extracting black fungus. Yeah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. Oh dear. Well, it at least explained why my ear was hurting. So I it's always a little vindicating when, you know something's wrong and other people also say it's wrong. I don't know. I guess I haven't had it as a huge problem myself yet, thankfully, but family members have had serious health issues and no one listening to them for a long time, which was very frustrating to watch. Ooh, extracting. I was removed as a baby. Others call it C-section. Yeah, that was the situation with the small one for various reasons. It was not by choice. But it had to happen. Oh, that new chat box looks lovely. It is nice. It's the I don't use my chat screen very much, do I? Because I normally jump straight into my gaming background, because that's where I do most of my writing and gaming. But I thought, since there was a little bit I wanted to chat about with you before starting the game, we'd start using this. And it does look very pretty, doesn't it? I should probably try to find more times to use this. I should probably just use it at the beginning of every stream when we chat. Oh, I hope you and the wee one feel better soon. Thank you. Speaking of, did everything turn out all right? Yes, I should probably get onto that. So yes, I am so sorry I had to cancel last week. I really, really didn't want to do it, but yeah, I had to go for blood tests that very morning because, you know, reasonably serious phone call from doctor on the Friday afternoon. Things aren't really all right, to be honest. It's everything is tracking okay at the moment, but it's a pretty serious complication on top of a bunch of other complications that we already had going on between us. And yeah, I've got to have more appointments, tests and scans and stuff next week. I haven't received them yet. Hopefully they won't be on Monday, so I won't post a schedule just yet, just in case I need to work around appointments. But yes, potentially serious, and something we really need to keep a really close eye on. I won't go into details now unless anyone's really interested. I don't have problems sharing them, I'm not sure if it's appropriate. Yeah, I haven't quite figured all of that out yet. I may share in the future if it becomes sort of... Necessary is not the right word, but if I feel it's the right thing to do, you know? If it's really... Interfering is the wrong word, but I'll use it for now. But if it's really interfering with streaming and everything, interfering as in, you know, need for early birth and such. But yes, may go into it in the future. But yes, it's serious and we need to keep a close eye on it. But with any luck, keeping a close eye on it will keep it at bay. Very, very wishful thinking. That's, yeah, that's all right. Trying not to dwell on it too much, given there's, you know, absolutely nothing I can do about it, so there's not really a point in freaking out at all. Oh dear. It's totally okay. Personal health is always more important. Thank you. Hope things work out for the best. Share as you feel comfortable. I will. Thank you. I will leave out the details for now, but again, if I feel appropriate, I'll go into it in the future, maybe. Oh dear, probably be an entire stream on its own. Oh dear, why are our chat streams, or the ones labeled chat, always semi-serious? I'm no fun, I'm sorry about that. Oh dear. Yes, so, assuming next week's stream can go on as normal, and even if it's, you know, not as normal, hopefully I'll just be able to push it a day or two or something if it comes to that. But I believe we're up to a MacGuffins You Write reading stream next week, if everyone's ready for it. But if you're not ready for it and you want more time to work on your cursed stories, do let me know, because I can definitely do something else next week, if that is preferred. Ooh, imagine if diseases were like weeping angels. If they're observed, they don't progress. That would be wonderful, but also a very heavy duty and responsibility on a few people to just keep watching these diseases. I suppose we could make a whole career out of it. You just have to have maybe even not a team, well, a two-person team, a trio to keep an eye on diseases, to keep them at bay. That could work. No, don't be so hard on yourself. We like chatting with you. Thank you. You're all so lovely. It's yeah, I suppose it feels like I only ever share, you know, depressing or frustrating stuff with you. Oh, I'd get a normal heart. Oh, they don't progress. I wouldn't. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. I did write notes to make sure I got through everything I wanted to before diving into Stanley, which I'm still anxious about because if I played games more just in general, I'd probably feel less anxious, but, you know, I'm not even sure which keys move in Stanley. I'm assuming they're the conventional ones, but I guess I'll find out. Where am I? Yes, please let me know if you would prefer a bit more time for MacGuffins, you write, but if you're all good to go, we're all good to go. I will do a community post about it soon, and I'll ask that again, just in case. Maybe I'll even do a poll. More time or not? Doopy-doopy-doo. Oh, yes. So, just about ready to go, but first off, I just wanted to say I have now 4 short story audiobook style videos uploaded on YouTube. The first one was from quite a while ago, isn't it? It's from before we went on our trip. But the last 3 managed to get up weekly the past 3 weeks somehow. But if you haven't had a look at those yet, it would be so lovely if you had a listen, had a look. If you have any critique on the videos, let me know, because they're the first videos I've ever actually made. And I've just sort of settled into a rhythm for them now. So even if I'm making them badly, or if there's a much easier way, I'll probably keep going this way for a while unless anyone has any advice. So, yes, and any, oh goodness me, I really don't enjoy saying this because it just sounds so bad in my head, but any likes or comments and such that you have would be very helpful. I believe they help the algorithm gods to smile upon us. And if you know anyone else who might be interested in the stories, please don't hesitate to share. Blue would very much appreciate it. Oh, I should probably start writing that. Heck yeah, audiobooks. Well, they're there if you're interested. I hope they turned out okay. I probably should have done more takes for reading the stories, but you know, generally I'm recording while the small one's asleep, so I don't want to be too loud for too long, and if the take seems good enough, I just go with it. When I move on to doing novel chapters and such, I'll probably wind up doing more takes, or at least, you know, the one take and pause it and reread sections I'm not entirely happy with, or something. Dearie me. Stanley time. Stanley time. Stanley time, Stanley time, Stanley time. Let's do this Stanley thing. I haven't played Stanley in ever at all. I've had the original game for a ridiculous amount of time, but never opened it. Oh dear. I think it was maybe a little bit of the not sure how I feel about the game talking to me sort of thing. So we'll see how that goes. And it was fine watching other people play, but the narrator is going to be talking to Blue soon, which might be a little unnerving. Oh, sorry, I was AFK for a couple of minutes. Welcome back, welcome back. Just about to get into it. I am calm. I am calm. Oh dear, I really should just play games more so I become more used to playing games. It sounds so strange to say I'm not used to playing games, and you know, the size of my Steam library. But you know, it's the same with books. I buy them and I mean to read them and I mean to play them, but there's just difficulty in actually getting it done. And I'm not entirely sure why, although possibly something to do with it is my very much all or nothing mindset, which is hard to turn off. Yes, if I read non-stop and dehydrate myself and don't get anything else done. And when I've played games, you know, that tends to happen as well. It can happen very badly. Oh dear. Blue needs to work on moderation. It's okay, Mooney. It's totally understandable. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. I've swapped to low latency instead of ultra low latency. The ultra low is really good for the interaction, but it was kind of... I don't like how the ultra low latency doesn't support subtitles. And yes, I find myself very, very reliant on subtitles these days. My audio processing is not the best. So yes, I rely on them, and therefore I can't assume that others would not rely on them, or that people have hearing impairment and would appreciate subtitles. And it's just... it's the right thing to do to make sure they're available, and ultra low latency does not support them. So we're trying low latency. Hopefully the lag won't get too far. Wow, sorry, I'm getting behind in chat already. For video games, the ones I buckle down by and start are the ones that had enough of a cool spoiler. I'm excited to start and get to the spoiler bit. I suppose that's one way to do it. It's actually really cool. Well, my Steam library is big too, except for manga and novel series I have to read. I know, my bookshelves, you know, I'm turning to the side to look at them now. They're reasonably full, and that's, you know, not even including the large number of children's books on the bottom for the small one. And they're not even her books. Technically, the small one has a very large bookshelf in her room full of all of her books that she has explicitly received. But these are all the ones we salvaged from my and my siblings' book collections when we were younger. There were a lot more, but there were so many that were just falling apart. We're libraries, we like books. Oh, honestly, I put the subtitles on all the time. The newest audiobook was so intriguing, we could turn it into a universe. It's the original concept of the prophetic baths did sort of come from something I was talking about with one of my siblings one time about it's probably from around the time Welcome to Night Vale started coming out. I haven't listened to a huge amount of it, honestly. I think I got into the mid-teens and I got distracted, but I really enjoyed what I did hear of it, and I loved the idea of just having the town with all this unusual stuff going on. And so we started talking about things like that, and the prophetic baths is one of those things that popped up. I think the other one was what was it? Youth vampires. Vampire youth. Very, very friendly vampire youth. And, you know, the big floppy hats, lots of sunblock, going around to doors and looking for blood donations. I think that's the only other one I remember really well. There were a bunch of others, but it was the prophetic baths and the vampires that I remember the most. Oh, Stanley in time it is. Oh god, there's Polski and Ukrainska, yes, but I'll probably go with English, sorry. But at least there's a fair number of options. If I was better at Japanese, it'd be fun to go with that, but I'm definitely not good enough to go with Japanese, so let's go with English. Confirm. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Technically no, but as we discussed in chat before, I have seen a lot of people play, and I've seen many endings, and it would be nice to look at the new stuff. And again, given the narrator talks to us, I feel a little anxious about the very first thing doing with this game is lying to it, but I think we're going to go with yes. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Okay. Barely visible. Okay, that's not visible. That's all the way down at the bottom. I can still see it slightly. Should I put it on a little bit more? Is that... Can you guys see that at all? I can still see it slightly, but maybe I should pop it. So, that. I'll just go there. I'll just go there. Oh, I zoned out in the little mouse running a wheel that is my brain. Tried to find the joke in big library, something about being overfilled, but incomplete, and something sex joke. Oh, dearie me. I think we'll go with about here. Because I could see it all the way on the bottom, but I don't think I could see all of it. Now I can see the keyboard and the monitor and all of it, so let's go with that. Let's go with that. Please enter the current time. For me, that is 10:20 a.m. 10, not p.m. Ah, no. It is not p.m. It is not PM. How do I... Oh, it's... Oh, okay, hold on. Wait. We're not in 24-hour time. Oh, no. Am I already in trouble? Oh, goodness me. Hold on. There's probably... There we go. This will take a little while, sorry. Oh, dearie me. AM. There's probably a far easier way to do this, but I am just sitting here, holding it down. Doopy-doopy-doop-boo-doop-boo. Sorry, now that we're here. There we go. Blue is a genius. Now it's 10:21. There we go. 10:21 AM. Oh, I hate general time. I can never remember how to read it. It is a problem. It is a problem. Just get so used to the 24-hour time. Also, please let me know if for some reason the game audio isn't coming through. I've set it up and it should be okay, but because, you know, we didn't get any audio just on the language picking screen, I'm not entirely certain. Not entirely certain that it will work. So yes, once the game starts, if you can't hear the narrator, please let me know in a hurry and I will do something. Confirm. Note, accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Thank you. That is useful information. Ooh, what is general time? AM, PM. I think general time is just referring to the not 24-hour time version. I think. I volunteer at a military base, and the 80-plus lady that's worked there for years doesn't understand military time by her own admission. Ooh, okay. 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 Stanley, okay. By my Prism software, it says the game audio is coming through. Just let me know. Let me know if it's too soft or too loud. Or anything. I don't have it up very loud, but I think it's at roughly the same volume it is for when we play Banished, so hopefully someone get an okay timer started. Well, yeah. Do you turn the game up a little? Will do. Okay. Let me know if it's too much, but guessing since the narrator is such a huge part of it, it does have to be pretty loud, doesn't it? Military's the 24. Yeah, 24-hour time is the military time. As far as I know. You probably know better than me, given you're the one who volunteers on a military base. Oh, you are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Good to know. I am anxious. Begin the game! The end is never 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 the end. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm not going to skip. I'm going to listen to our narrator friend.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Blue could totally do
Orders
this job.
came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Ooh.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Blue could handle
And
this.
although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I am glad Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Oh no.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Forever change.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Ooh.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say,
I'm not even looking at the
"Hi."
screen, I'm just reading the
Never in
subtitles.
all
Look
his
up
years
Blue.
at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something
So
was
very
very
alone.
clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself
Frozen
unable to
solid. It
move
is
for the
cold
longest
here.
time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Wah, wah. I am moving. Oh no. Now that I'm in game, I can't get my cursor off to make adjustments. Ah, can you please adjust the audio bounds to decrease or turn off your... Ah, my background music. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, how do I do this? There we go. I hit the pause button. That helps. I'm so sorry. I have such a bad habit of leaving on my background music. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I will get better at this eventually. Sorry, minor panicked when I couldn't move my cursor off the screen. Okay. Is that better? Okay. Still sitting at my desk. What is that a painting of? That's a pleasant painting. I love that Stores effect in the title screen. There's a pencil sharpener. And many drawers. Oh, I can move. I can move. This is good. I know there's some sort of ending that comes if you just don't move, isn't there? I hate. I'm assuming it's Mondays. Yes. Oh dear. Oh, moving, moving, anxious moving. 248, 249, 247. We had a lovely big office considering our rather uninspiring job.
All of his co-workers were gone.
They're gone.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Just chatting through way to the not moving ending. I think there's another ending, isn't there? Or not ending, but part of the game where you have to try to stop a baby from burning, but you won't have him to sit there for 3 hours. If we run into that, we're probably just going to have to let the baby burn. But I suppose it could always turn into a chat screen. And come...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No trace of anyone. I believe we can actually go through this window if we try. Is there a jump? There is no jump. Oh, that's true. You could just close the door in the office and stand still. The fish has a great idea. We can look into that another time. I'm moving, narrator. Don't yell at me. Please don't yell at me. Sorry for my jerky movements. Oh. Then we do it in Far Cry. Well, if you walk against the furniture, you can sometimes use it as a step. Oh. Okay. Well. And we are in the air. Oh, on the desk at least. Hi, Ancio. So lovely to see you. Yes, we only, as you can see, we only just started a little while ago. Because Blue tends to go on and talk. I'm not going back the way I came, am I? I hate Monday. There's an awful lot of these I hate Monday mugs, aren't there? Oh, here we go. Ah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On the left. So the big question is, do we go along with the narrator for the first time to just sort of have a base level, or do we start being antagonistic from the very beginning? To be honest, it sort of makes Blue hurt a little bit to be really antagonistic. But I suppose it's fine in games and writing. Which door? I'd say go with everything he says first. Righty. Oh, let's do that. He did say left, didn't he? Lefty left. Lefty left. I'm a creative chaos. You know my preference. Yes, yes, it's okay. We will start being chaotically antagonistic very soon, because it doesn't take long to get things done when we follow the narrator, does it?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
It is an empty room.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Boss's office. How to solve a dispute with a co-worker. I hope this advice is good. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively with other co-workers. Oh dear. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic on the header and throw some bevel on all the texts. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Oh goodness me. What do people want? Things, money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. Number of slides on this slide. Oh goodness me. I think I need to leave this room. Synergize. Shift global market. Monitor. Oh dear. Let's get out of here. Broom closet. Can I open you? Ah! It's...
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, we're obeying you to start with. I don't remember how I opened the door. I think I just ran into it and pressed random buttons. Oh well. Okay. Boss's office.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, we are listening to you for the first time. This is the only time. Only time. Up we go, up we go. Wow. Executive bathroom. I am not an executive. Ah! I am an executive. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes, if the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. I see. Extreme bathrooms. What is that a picture of? Plant. I cannot see Stanley in the mirror. This bathroom is new. It is? A new bathroom! Hooray! Hooray. I know that's a bridge, but why was my first thought an aqueduct? Okay. Chairs, very nice. Very fancy office. What's this? The beige pages. Okay. In we go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
What
life.
lovely bookshelves.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, the narrator sounds kind of like some British news reporter comedian like Stephen Fry, James May, or Jeremy Clarkson. He does. I think some people, you know, have gone as far as to get him to record things, to officiate weddings and stuff. Ah, dear. Oh, goodness me, goodness me. Link Plus. Bright lights. Oh dear. What's this way? This way is nothing. His name. Oh, Homer sounding a little different. His name is Kevin Brighting. Hopefully he's gone on to have a wonderful career post. Whoa. Oh, we're going down. Elevators. Elevators. Oh goodness me, that's faster than I'd like. Usually I'm okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
It's just a little
It was a stirring of emotion in
I'm
his
listening
chest,
to you, narrator,
as though
I
he
promise.
felt more free to think for himself, to
We just
question
came
the
out of
nature
the
of his
broom
job.
closet.
Why did he feel this
Yeah,
now,
well.
when for years it had never occurred to him?
Never occurred.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Dear. Oh dear. Well, talking about coming out of the broom closet. Happy Pride, everyone. Happy Pride. It will hopefully be a marvelous Pride-filled month. We can all support.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door
Sorry.
that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Oh, goodness me. Sorry, there's probably going to be a bit of jumping. Extreme bathrooms. Oh, dear. Just give me 1 sec, sorry. Boopy-doopy-doo. I am back. I am back. Escape. Escape. I know we're listening to him. I just want to walk down this way a little bit. At my former campus, there's a small rickety elevator in the main library. I used to get the adrenaline shots during final seasons as thuds and rattles concerningly. Oh, goodness me. Oh, dear. That's not good.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, no. Do I believe you? Edging, edging, edging. Careful, careful. How violent is this death you, predict? If you're going to talk me out of it again, narrator, now is the time. There!
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Back on track. Back on track. Yes, we are doing what you're saying. We're doing what you're saying just this once. I just wanted to, explore just a little bit.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Rip and tear. Goodness me. Why do I actually feel almost ill? It's not you, narrator friend. It can't be. You're friendly, aren't you? You're trying to, help?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
It's so big!
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. Does he? Through we go. Through we go. Doopy 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 doo. Remember, narrator friend, enjoy this obedience while it lasts. Camera button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What number are we again? 427? 428? 427? 47, aren't we? Pretty sure. Okay. Let us continue onwards. Okay. Boopy doopy doo. Press button!
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Couldn't be true.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Yep.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Definitely.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No doubt about it. Onwards.
No. He refused to believe it.
Oh.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Stanley.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the
Stanley,
world?
friend. Bad news, friend. Okay. What is happening next? Stanley. Stanley. Where did we go? Where did we go? Ah! There we are. Sorry. Doopy-doopy-doo. Boopy-doopy-doo.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Never again.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We're dismantling? How we dismantle... Not down here, I take it. Cryptic smoke. Indeed. Oh. Power. 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 Mind control idle. Awaiting input. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Of course. Off? Ah! Ah! Sorry. I'm sorry. Ooh, pretty. It's already cold here, but everything suddenly got really cold.
And a rising chill of uncertainty.
Rising chill, thanks for that.
Was it over?
Did he have to make it quite that realistic? My blanket only goes so far.
Yes! He had won. He had defeated the machine.
We won the game.
Unshackled himself
Look at
from
us go.
someone else's command.
Unshackled.
Freedom was mere moments away.
Freedom.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly
Oh, I can
opened,
move.
Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
So many.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
Goodness
What
me.
other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Lovely blue sky.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
doesn't
For it was not
matter.
knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Good on you, Stanley.
Perhaps his goal had not been to
Jeez, that's an
understand,
adrenaline
but
shot.
to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do.
You
or
can't
how
tell
to
Stanley what to do.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Hooray.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
Oh, pretty.
the only thing worth knowing.
Let's step.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
We are stepping. Just let it finish coming down. There we go. Pretty.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
We are now
the immense
liberated.
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now,
I'd trip
that
immediately
things were
on
meant
those
to happen.
stones. Ooh,
And
daisies.
Stanley was happy.
Enjoy it, Stanley. It's not gonna last. Beat the game. Complete the Stanley Parable. Get your first achievement. Awarded for getting any of the other achievements as your first. Yay! Hooray, we won the game. And we're back. And we're back. Ah!
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Wait.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Nothing.
In here I can be happy forever.
Forever.
I will be happy.
Happiness.
Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Okay, we were.
Eventually, someday, they
Oh.
would arrive.
The door's locked now.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be
Okay.
spoken to.
Okay.
He will be told what to do.
We're doing this now.
Now it's just a little bit closer.
I think it
Now
may
it's even closer.
turn out to be the baby burning
it
that's a chat
comes.
screen. There we go. We did that one. What, no achievement? I imagine the narrator will get cranky with us if we do that again. Haha.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to
Oh,
make a
it's just gonna
decision?
be exactly
What
the
if a crucial
same
outcome
again?
fell under his responsibility?
I jumped at that power
He
off.
had never been
Yes,
trained for that.
I jumped
No.
really badly.
This couldn't go anywhere except badly.
Oh,
The
it's
thing to do
just
now,
the
Stanley
same
thought to himself,
again.
is to wait.
It's just the
Nothing will hurt
same
me.
again.
Nothing will break me.
Oh dear.
In here I can be happy
Doopy-doopy-doo.
forever.
We're happy in here again.
I will be happy. Stanley waited.
Still waiting.
Hours
Still
passed.
waiting.
Then days. Had years
Sorry,
gone
I think the
by?
lag is
He
pretty
no longer
bad.
had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure,
should
beyond
find another
any
way
doubt,
to,
was that if he waited long enough,
do
the answers would
subtitles.
come. Eventually
someday they would arrive.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be
Sorry,
told
I
what
thought
to do.
I thought he'd start getting
Now it's
cranky
just
with
a
us
little
doing
bit
it again.
Closer.
I'm
Now it's even
not sure I want to
closer.
keep doing this again and
Here
again.
it comes.
Just in case. Just in case it just keeps happening like that. Let's just walk. Walking, walking, walking.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All the co-workers
What
are
could it
gone.
mean?
Can we
Stanley
jump out the
decided
window?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
You can't
he'd
jump
simply
in it,
missed a
seriously, we
memo.
disabled it. I don't believe
No matter
you.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out the window. Let me out the window. Let me out the window. I want to go out this way. Hey, hey. Nah, it won't let me jump into the nothingness. Did they? They kind of seriously disabled it, could they? Could they? Or is Blue just terrible at trying to maneuver? I'll believe that one. Trying backwards. No dice. Okay. We can try to jump into oblivion at a later date. Oh, that was an adventure. It's still there. Yeah, sorry, Blue's probably going to have a little difficulty remembering what everyone was referring to because the latency. Oh, goodness me, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the latency. You have to use the desk in the corner next to the potted plant to climb onto the desk. Okay. Desk in the corner next to the potted plant. Ah, not that potted plant. This one? This one? Upsies. Get up. Who farted? Lovely mug. Use the chair to walk up to the desk. Boopy doopy doo. Oh dear. Chair? Come on, into the oblivion. Oblivion, please. Oblivion? Oblivion? Yay! Oblivion!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Yay!
He then praised the
Sounds like
game for its
playing Clue.
insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video
It's
game
much
structure
praise.
and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Well done.
So, now that you're here, what do you think?
Very
Isn't this a
nice.
fun and unique place to be?
I like it.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Ah, it's nice and quiet here.
Okay, I'm over it now.
No.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag
Not yet.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue.
Yay!
But now, here comes the real question.
Real one.
What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
Probably
Would
not.
I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer?
Probably.
Perhaps you never would even have thought of
That
it
sounds
if
like
I hadn't
Blue.
brought up the issue
Yep,
in the first place.
definitely.
Oh, now think about it.
Thinking.
Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
I don't know.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time.
Maybe a few
What
tries
if the
on.
other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
Well, you are lovely to
and
listen
Mrs.
to.
Rich, perhaps you've just played the other option,
Oh.
and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
Not quite.
So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one?
Well, I won't know.
Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option.
Indeed, so very
you are one
tantalizing.
of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not.
Maybe not. We'll
In
never
fact,
know.
I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Not lucky.
Well now,
well.
I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking
Okay.
and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever.
Forever.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for that. Oh dear. I'm lost already. Oh, has anyone seen Severance on Apple TV? I'm getting similar vibes from this game. I have not seen Severance. I guess we're just stuck here until the game takes pity on us. Doopy doopy doo. What is that up? Oh, the window. Of course that's the window. Oh, dearie me. Are you sick of this gag? I am. But I think, yeah, we're just going to have to sit here until the game takes pity. Boopy doopy doo. Doopy doopy doo. Oh, while we're sitting here, I have rediscovered the rhythm games that I bought a bunch of cool little rhythm games last year, thinking I should probably learn how to actually play some games properly. And did I actually get around to playing them properly? No, but I did play one of them a little bit last year, and it was so much fun. And then I'm like, I want to play it again. It's not too long ago that I played it, and last week I tried to play it again. It was over a year ago. But oh, what's that one called? I think that one's called Rhythm Journey, and it's really cute. It's got such gorgeous little songs. I'm not sure if it's good to stream, sadly, but A Dance of Ice and Fire is. For me, that one's a little bit more difficult, so I might practice it a tiny bit more before trying to stream it. I think you have to actually quit to leave. Oh, goodness me. Imagine a time traveler has to listen to this type of commentary anytime they use their powers. Oh, dear. So I take it it's begin the game again. That's freaking funny. Oh, it's dark. It wasn't dark out here before, was it?
All of his co-workers were
Oh,
gone.
it looks different.
What could it mean?
Everything is
Stanley
different.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Everything is different. Why are all the doors shut? Oh. It's just taken us straight to the...
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's keeping us from jumping into oblivion. Well, anyway, I'd like to try doing some more rhythm sort of games on stream, because I did want to try to get good at them, and given, you know, musician past, hopefully that'll be helpful. We did what he said, didn't we? I just automatically did what he said. I don't want to do... Okay, I'll ignore you later. I'll ignore you later. Let's keep going for now. But, yes, I just worry a little that me playing rhythm games wouldn't be particularly entertaining, given I tend to hyper-focus, and I'm very happy to just play the same track over and over and over and over again until I get it.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Let's just keep going.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Disbelief.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Broom closet.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom closet! Yay!
Oh, no. Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I will. Thank you for your consideration. Look at this marvelous tool. I wish I could pick it up and swing it, should the need arise. What is this tool? Wrench isn't the word, is it? Broom? I cannot pick anything up. Well, dang. Okay, we'll keep going. Boopy-doop-boo-doop-boo. Ah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Guys, imagine if Moody narrated a game like this. That would be fun. I would definitely have to put on my my full-on narrator's voice. I don't tend to do it consciously, but it I want the door to open and the door is not opening. It does happen, and given I can sound very slightly British without meaning to, perhaps I have a career in narrating such games. That might be fun. Car park! Maybe 11,
But
12.
Stanley just couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Yeah.
He might be fired for that.
That's no good.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
The economy,
All because
exactly.
he believed everyone had vanished.
It's so silly.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Oh.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I am the
All
crazy
of my
one.
co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Who spilled their coffee?
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked
Oh,
down?
yes.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That has been happening.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Ooh.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself. This is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm dreaming, of course.
This is all
cop
a
out.
dream.
Come out.
What a relief Stanley felt to
Oh,
have
let's get
finally
prepared for
found an
5
answer,
a.m. Wake
an
up day. Best of
explanation.
luck.
His co-workers
Luck.
weren't actually
Hi,
gone.
creative fish.
He wasn't
Bye-bye.
going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Not crazy.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Cock
I
and
may as well
boo.
enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he
Enjoying.
imagined himself
If
flying
I could, I'd love to have you
and began
narrate
to
something
gently
I wrote.
float
Whoa, no,
above
we're
the
flying.
ground.
With your accent in
Then
general, I
he
wouldn't force a
imagined
British
himself
accent.
soaring through space on
I
a magical
would
star
love to
field,
narrate something
and
for
it
you,
too
Reaper,
appeared.
if you'd like.
It was so much fun, and
Stars,
Stanley marveled that he had
pretty.
still not woken up.
Pretty.
How was he remaining so lucid?
I am
And
so
then
very
perhaps
lucid.
the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
What is the
One
strangest
he was
question?
amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice
Oh,
in my
no.
head dictating everything that I'm
Oh,
doing
no.
and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
So very
I'm
strange.
dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd,
So
and wondered if
odd.
this voice spoke to all people in their dreams,
Ah.
the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it
How
be?
could it
Was Stanley
be?
simply deceiving himself?
It's so very
Believing
trapped
that
down
if he's
here.
asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
No
Stanley
responsibility.
is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment
They were
ago?
so very
How else
pretty.
would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely,
Surely.
if he could just... He would prove it.
Prove it.
He would prove that
Look
he
out of the
was
room.
in
What was it,
control,
the 6 times
that
I'll
this
just
was a
mention?
dream.
The witch slang to come
So
out
he
of room
closed his
calls
eyes
come out as a
gently,
witch. Oh.
and he invited himself to wake
Oh no,
up.
eyes closed.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his
Oh,
skin,
blanket.
the press of the mattress on his back,
So very comfy.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Air is nice.
Let me wake up,
Waking
he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
All I want is to push the
I
buttons.
want my apartment and my wife.
It's the first
and
I've
my
heard of a
job.
wife.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
Normal.
I am normal.
So very normal.
Everything will be fine.
Normal is fine. Fine is normal.
I am okay.
I love the broom closet ending. Oh no, still here. Should we just hang out in the broom closet next time?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Okay, running.
Please,
Is
just
everything
someone tell me
tinging
I'm
red?
real.
Yep.
I must be real. I must
Must
be. Can
be
anyone
real.
hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Well, there we go. Oh, Australian accent works in games. Sure, I'm almost
This is the
sure
story
main
of a
characters in
woman
most
named
railroads are dubbed
Mariella.
like this. Oh yeah, Stanley apparently has a wife.
Mariella woke up on a
Mariella.
day like
Hello,
any other.
Mariella.
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings,
Oh,
and walked to her
there we
place
are.
of work. But on this particular day, her
Oh,
walk
dear.
was interrupted
That's
by the body
unfortunate.
of a man who had stumbled through town talking
Oh,
and
poor
screaming to
Stanley.
himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And
Oh.
although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
So very strange.
He was obviously crazy. This
How
much
can you
she
tell
knew.
that just by looking
Everyone
at someone?
knows what crazy people look like.
But he's
And in that
unfortunately
moment,
rather dead
she
on the
thought
ground
to herself
there.
how
It's
lucky she was to be normal.
so very
I
normal.
am sane. I am in control
Is normal
of my
lucky?
mind.
I don't know.
I know what is real and what isn't.
I suppose everyone
It
is
was
their own
comforting
normal,
to think
so it
this,
gets
and in a certain way,
complicated,
seeing
doesn't it?
this man made her feel better. But
seeing
then
a
she
dead body
remembered
made
the
her
meeting
feel
she
better.
had
Oh
scheduled
dear,
for that
Mariella.
day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career. and by extension, the rest of her life.
Goodness me.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment
Sorry, that
she
just feels
stood
very
there,
depressing.
staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Turned and ran. Probably run in the other direction. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Hello! Back to normal.
Someone was following Stanley.
Ah!
He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was
Why
only
would
a
you
matter
do
of
that
time.
to me? Narrator! Aha! No. Are they just going to throw a jump scare at me and eventually put something there? Whoa, whoa, okay. Whoa. Keep losing my way. New content. Do you want to go through the new content door right now? Or should we keep moving on a bit first? Well, we haven't exactly gone through the wrong door yet, have we?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's do the right this time. Whee!
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
It's
it.
a very nice employee lounge, if I remember correctly.
Yes, truly a
Ooh,
room
cold
worth
drinks.
admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all.
I would
just
like
to spend a
something
few
refreshing,
moments here
please.
in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drinking. I would like to drink, but you are not giving me a drink. Please drink. I must have no coins.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
100%.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
I'm glad you
Really
understand.
worth it.
Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First open door on his left. Are we just ignoring everything this time? Ignore.
Stanley
Oh,
was so
dear.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
I
ago.
know. Oh dear, I'm gonna fall to my doom here, aren't I? I can already tell / remember. What happens if you go backwards? Does it return to normal? I'm not sure. Believe. Where did I come from? Did I go downstairs? The doors get locked behind me. Yeah, I think it kind of stops you from backtracking too easily. Ah!
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Okay.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I see.
There's someone you've been neglecting,
Oh.
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten
Who have we
about.
forgotten?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Oh.
Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem
We
yourself.
can redeem
To
ourselves.
put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who is her?
She's been waiting.
Who is she? Oh no. Don't. Ah! Far out.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly... Oh, no,
Sorry.
You can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
Sorry.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Double checking.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's
What is
taken
going
to
on
his
in this
apartment
ending?
where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Pledge.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not
How
picking
is
up the
that
phone is
swinging?
actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
I am very bad
None
at
of these
games.
decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
Eee.
What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
What did you not notice?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I
Sorry
was so
about that.
mistaken. This is
I
why
am
you've been
blue.
able to make correct and incorrect choices.
I am blue.
And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long.
Yep.
If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely.
Whoops.
It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making.
Sorry about
or
that.
did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
Apparently
well,
not.
I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we
okay.
can educate you properly
Oh.
on safe
Oh, no.
decision-making in the real world.
Do I have a choice in
Please
this?
observe this helpful instructional video.
Is this required viewing?
Choice.
Oh dear.
It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
Oh no.
For example, in this
The
scenario,
light bulb
a
looks like an eye
hypothetical
observing.
real
It
person named
did,
Rupert
it did.
has a choice.
Hi,
He
ho
could
guy.
invent a machine that eliminates food shortages
Machine.
across the world to make life better for all people.
Bugs into burgers.
Or he could
Sounds
spend
wonderful.
years of hard work forgetting how to read.
Oh,
Which choice would you make?
Bugs to burgers.
Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense.
Delicious
and at
bugs.
no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic.
Fish.
If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
Does Blue
Allow the
herself
person
count?
to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking.
Huh.
Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness,
My goodness,
is it 4:30?
4:30?
I'm supposed to be having
I'm supposed to be having a
sack
back
and
sack
crack."
and crack. I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis
friendly
is the best
crocodile.
part to a healthy decision-making process.
The narrator's string in a
Most medical
It is so
professionals
funny.
recommend making at least 8 choices per
8
day.
choices per
Do
day.
you make more than 8?
Uh,
Less?
I don't
And
know.
finally, if you
8
begin to
sounds
wonder if
pretty
your
intense.
choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a
know
significant
the answer to
contribution to
that.
the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant.
Blue is
And the
insignificant.
feeling should subside.
Yay.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Where is Blue's instructor?
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate
yes.
as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry.
Sorry about
now that
that.
you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
This way, please. Oh dear. Blue's blanket fell off when she threw out her arms and proclaimed to the world that she was insignificant. Now my arms are cold. Blanket back on. Oh dear, is Blue forklift certified? No, unfortunately. If Blue were forklift certified, she'd probably have a career. Here we go. Whee. Oh. Oh, hello. This way? Ah!
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping
I
off
can
the
jump off
platform
it,
and dying.
but I didn't.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
But
that story would
I
make
didn't.
no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
But I didn't jump off
Unfortunately,
before.
it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Oh no. But I didn't jump before. I thought about it. I did not. Ah, dear. That is not a choice I made before. I do not know what you are talking about. Boopy-doopy-doo. Ah! Thank you. Most considerate. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay. It's making typing noises. But there is no typey here. Ah! Whoa. Okay. Hello. Ah. Onwards. Excuse me. Back in the lounge.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Do I want to do that? It's sending me backwards. Hi, good morning. Hello, Noah. So lovely to see you. So lovely to see you. We are getting our minds flayed Hi,
Now
Stanley.
remember,
Ah!
all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right. Whee!
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, well, since there's nothing else I can do. Hurrying, 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 hurrying. Boopy doopy doop boop boo doop boo. Are we sure we can't go back through here? Oh, goodness me, that is looking rather distorted, isn't it? You sure you won't let me through? Okay. Okay, through this door. You haven't given us much of a choice, have you? Boopy doop boo, boopy doop boo. Oh dear. Oh, goodness me.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story.
I'm sorry.
You destroyed my work.
I'm sorry.
Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless
It's not
now.
worthless.
And what
it's
am I
fun.
supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge.
There is no
I'll have to live with it
correct.
forever. Reliving its impossibility
Sorry for
forever.
Polish mode.
I couldn't
Enter
live that
Polish
way.
mode as much as
Is
you
it better
like.
to shut the game down entirely?
Oh,
To
you're gonna shut
willingly
it down?
destroy all of my work?
Ah.
I don't know.
Grr
What's the
everywhere.
answer? What do I
Is that
do?
anger
What do
everywhere?
I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game
Shut
down.
it down?
I have to.
Really?
I have to.
If you... Ah! Ah! Okay, that's not fun. Don't like this. Nope. 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 Ah. Oh dear. This is not fun. Oh no. This is... Oh dear. Blue is anxious.
Oh, I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm still here.
In this
Here in this
pile of
pile of rubbish.
With you. That sounds very GLaDOS
You,
Chell.
Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
I have a comment for that. Don't
My
jump
entire
moment.
game is
On
destroyed.
Discord because
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you
Oh
run
yes,
it into
anyone
the ground.
here who has
What,
not
did you
joined
think that would be
Discord who would
funny?
like to,
You
I
just had to
believe I have
see.
a link.
Didn't I impress upon you how
A
important
link
it
in the
was to
description.
be
It feels
like
bad to
Stanley?
talk over the narrator.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
I know you like Stanley more
That
than
thought
Blue.
hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
I am child.
Oh, my story.
I'm sorry.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it.
But
There was a whole underground facility. You would have
But we
destroyed
already
it and been
did that.
victorious. It would have been so perfect. I
We
worked
already
so hard
did
on it. I
that.
tried so hard to make...
It's time to have fun in other ways.
Just behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
This feels like a lot of pressure.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm starting to feel bad ignoring him, but I kind of want to keep doing this. Doopy doopy doop boo doop boo.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Well, swallowed by
Just behave
darkness.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly
I want to
and
see,
always putting the
can you get
story
some
first.
graffiti on the
I'm
wall
quite
pointing
sure
you
you'll
to the
be up
right,
to the task.
Just
way. Follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
All right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wee. Hee hee.
No! Why
Oh,
did you
that
do
was
that?
delayed.
Quickly, hurry back.
And again.
Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly
long
and
will this
always
last?
putting the story first.
How
I'm
long,
quite
how
sure
long,
you'll
how
be up to the
long?
task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't want it to get boring if I just keep going right, but I just... one more time at least. Will it just...
No!
Okay,
Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Ah,
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
okay.
That means choosing
Okay,
responsibly
okay.
and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
I want to
When
keep
Stanley
going right,
came
but
to a
I...
set of two
let's...
open
Okay,
doors,
we'll go left.
he
We'll
entered
go
the
left.
door on his left.
Lefty, 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 lefty. Lefty, 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 lefty. Oh dear. And we're
Yet there
here.
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Keep going,
Stanley
keep
decided
going,
to go
keep
up to his
going.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Aha! Oh, really? But I wish to re-enter the broom closet. Please? Oh. Okay.
To a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
That's
office.
not fair. Aww. Up we go. It's not letting us do anything except the exact story, is it? Oh, we have truly gruntled. The narrator is disgruntled. Oh, goodness me. That's different. Oh, that's a very unfortunate picture, isn't it? Business strategy. Hold gun at Panda's head. Sewerage Lilies by Claude Money. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. De Blanc. Edmond Blanc. Oh, goodness me.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled,
The green
Stanley
curtains with
wondered
the
in
green
disbelief
wallpaper's a
who
little eerie,
orchestrated
isn't it?
this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this
Night
the code
Shark
to open the
115.
door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself
I'm
the
gonna forget what
courage
it
to
is.
face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then
it Night
spoke
Shark?
the code.
Night Shark 115? Was it Night Shark 155? Night Shark! Night Shark!
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
I did forget.
He spoke
Night
it
Shark
into the receiver
115.
right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. I fail.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115. I'm trying.
Okay, fine. You're
I'm
not going to do it. But
trying.
you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide
Keep
you have
going
better
right for
things
now,
to do.
see if the story
I asked you for
changes.
this one single thing, for your
Sorry
respect.
for leaving caps lock turned on.
The
No, no,
kind
no.
of respect
I
Stanley
have so
shows
much
for his
respect for
choices.
you.
He knows what it means to take a story
I'm
seriously. If you didn't want to
trying.
see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there.
I did
Why
many
did you come this way?
times.
Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Oh. Oh no.
When Stanley came to a
Ah,
set of two
okay,
open doors,
okay.
he entered the door on his left.
Oh dear.
Stanley? Hello?
Hello.
Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Got the protagonist
I need
mute.
you to make a choice.
The
I need
end.
you to walk through the door.
Stanley Parable, Ultra
Are you listening
Deluxe.
to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
We found some credits. That's fun.
Stanley, this is important.
So very important,
The story
Stanley.
needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You
Congratulations,
cannot
all
be
the
wrong here.
lovely
We can
people
work
in the
together.
credits who
I'll
have done
accept
so
whatever
well.
You do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
Yeah.
Choose
I mentioned Chell before. Of
Do
course,
something.
protagonists are mute.
anything.
Crows, caw caw.
This is more important.
Crows, crows,
than you
crows.
ever know.
Reaper of crows.
I
Yay.
need this. The story,
Story
needs
needs it.
it. So
I think this is a good chance to have a drink of water. Yay.
Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait.
Oh dear.
Time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct.
We must
That
only
is
make
the
correct
best
choices.
choice.
Yeah, nothing changes.
That's all
Oh
right.
dearie me.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Sorry, Leroy. Oh, I'm sorry,
Take as
Leroy.
much time as you need.
We're taking time. Boopy doopy doo boop boo. Ah! The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Blue is calm. We haven't found our adventure line yet.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh dear. You know, there's just so many endings and things to do. It just seems like there's so few choices, and how do we get to them? Ah. Ah. Sorry, just give me a moment. Ah, give me a sec, sorry. Weird stuff just happened with phone. I forgot to disconnect my phone from my Bluetooth headphones. And I received what looks like a spam call. And then my phone decided to start playing Spotify. Oh dear, everything's a web, so don't worry too much. Thank you. Well, I'm pretty sure you didn't hear that what just started playing on Spotify, since it wasn't through my computer. And I don't have just general sounds coming through anyway. I hope not. But it shouldn't matter anyway, given I am not monetized. Resume! Oh, wait, no, I just came that way, didn't I? Blue's adventures in spatial awareness. Hee. I'm pretty sure it was a spam call anyway. It's pretty much all I get these days, except, you know, highly important medical calls. But normally, yeah, normally they'll be calling from a number that is not so suspicious. I'll look it up later. What the heck just happened? I received a phone call, and it just confused me, so, well, should we go through the new content door, do you think? Or should we try to find an adventure line? Let's look at the new content.
Oh, new content?
New content.
What does that mean, new content?
Hopefully I'll still be able to do other stuff, but let's have a look through here. Because there's a lot didn't find yet. Didn't go all the way through doing what he says and then take the escape. We can do that later. Ooh, it's a ride. Whee! I really need to remember to disconnect my phone from my
Hello,
headphones.
and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You are so very welcome.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
That did happen.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe,
The game
a
we are currently
reimagining of the
enjoying.
game for consoles and home computers.
Yay, fairy lights.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features
New
exciting
content
new
injection.
content that broadens and expands the world of
I've
the
got a box
Stanley
of fairy
Parable,
lights.
delighting
Keep meaning
audiences
to
the
put them up in
world
the
over.
small one's room. Haven't gotten around to it yet.
Please step inside.
Very
and see what
professional looking
thrilling
new
adventures
content.
await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yay!
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Thrilling!
Okay, so far it's an elevator.
Elevator.
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Blue is currently mesmerized. I think the lift's stuck.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere?
Oh,
There we go.
moving
All right,
now.
finally,
Hooray.
at long last, it's on to the new content.
New
I've
content.
never been more ready. Let's do it.
Do the thing. Still going. Still going.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
I have to
It's as
agree
if
with you there.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content,
Content.
Stanley.
Yay! New
All right.
content.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Ooh. I can jump. Whee! Oh, it doesn't reload. Okay. More jumping. Whee! Stanley is enjoying this jumping experience. Okay. Just 10 left. We have to savor them. New content, the jump circle. Oh. No more jumping. Well, dang. That was fun while it lasted. Whee!
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Another elevator?
Goodness. Another elevator.
Yay.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Give it a
it's
chance.
just elevators and jumping.
Give it a chance.
Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this
Well-
is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's
If you could
20
make it
hours of new
entertaining.
content right there.
It's gotta
Hell,
be
I
more
could
than-
count to 30
more than 20
trillion.
hours
You
in the
could put that on
dictionary,
the
doesn't
box.
it?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours
So
of
much
new
new
content.
content.
And oh wait, there's
Oh,
more.
behind us.
Very
Okay.
good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm
Comfy
ready for
chair.
whatever it is.
Boxes. Thank you for enjoying the
That's
new
it?
content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
Easy
and don't get me
dollar.
started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements,
the
and it's hard to
achievements?
believe one of them actually says, "Test
This
achievement,
achievement,
please
please
ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
I'm not sure.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally
Yes,
accountable.
keep calling it Twitter.
It's my fault, Stanley.
that's
I built up too much anticipation around the new content,
I know
I'm
the
afraid.
feeling.
It could never have lived up to such
No,
expectations.
of course not.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game?
Okay.
And we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Let's do that.
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Sounds wonderful.
What do you say, friend?
Okay, let's do that. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. It's nice finally playing this game. Oh no. Oh no. Oh goodness me. Yes, well. Well. And there's some sort of bucket I'm supposed to meet, isn't there? New content. Ah!
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent!
In the vent.
I want to show you something!
Okay. In the vent. Oh no. Excuse me, sorry. My cough's not too bad. Oh dear. Whee! The end is never the end. It's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be?
I
Well, it got
do.
me thinking about the past, and how
past.
much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Yes.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Wonderful.
Just our little
Oh
secret.
goodness me.
Take a look.
Looks very cathedral-like in here now. It's kind of cool seeing the office chairs and the fax machines among these sort of pillars in architecture, isn't it?
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences
Beautiful.
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
2013, when the Stanley Parable...
You
was
see,
released.
Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release?
It was wonderful.
Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Awards. Very nice. Oh, dear. I'm not sure we earned that one. 2013. Oh, dear. The original remake. Oh, we did see this part. The Stanley Parable is an exploration of story, games, and choices, except the story doesn't matter. It might not even be a game. And if you ever actually do have a choice, let me know how you did it. Good times, good times. Except you did get cranky with me a fair amount. Still so much to do, isn't there? Trip down memory lane. Money. Demo. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. Impossible to get this achievement. What accolades? Oh yeah, we did see that one, didn't we? Deals tough choices. Out we go. Well, at least it was a funny joke. This is pleasant. Oh, yeah. Music
And
now.
over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that,
Goodness
Stanley?
me,
Every
that's-
game ever created.
Oh,
That's
dear.
how grand and all-encompassing
That's how
the
wonderful
original
it was.
Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game
Every
ever
game.
created. It was Skyrim. It was
Skyrim,
Persona 3.
Persona
It was
3,
all of
every
them. And now,
game.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
Oh, dear.
It's just a husk now.
A
A
husk.
lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
So many elevators. Oh. In we go. Goodness me. Person of the year. I take it that's us. When they're standing, there's... What's her name? Mariella? Just wish I could knock that Stanley over just to make it, you know, not appropriate, but as it should be. We never got them blue and red, did we? We will. There's still so much Stanley. So much Stanley. I'm worried I'm going to wind up accidentally going through the same things, but...
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
GameSpot.com.
The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices
So
I've ever been
rewarding.
confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get
Yay.
it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
9 out of 10
It didn't
is
need
quite
anything
perfect.
else.
Carpet
It didn't
textures,
need new
lovely.
content. It just needed to be left alone.
Leave it
To spend the
alone.
rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I love gathering dust. Perfect, also 9 out of 10. Yes, indeed.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
So very simple.
But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Oh.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the
Ooh.
memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh, no.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Surely. Let's have a look.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and
Obnoxious and
unfunny,
unfunny.
with his humour and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
Oh, no.
funny.
Funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely
I'm just
layered
checking my
web
burritos
of
and I'm missing
profound
some of this.
philosophical insights
I'm
that I
sorry,
can't even
I'm
imagine where
sorry.
I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh dear. Let's go for a walk. Doopy doopy doo. Hello? Hello? Oh, this looks like a way we can go. Unfunny. The narrator is the heart of the game. Indeed. Ah! Okay, just thunder. Just thunder. Just thunder. I am calm.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Oh dear. Is it
While
just
the
thunder?
idea for the game is
Oh
good,
dear. That was a
as
twitch.
someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast.
Preachy.
Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
I don't
Oh,
remember you
goodness.
being
This
preachy,
is actually
narrator
quite
friend.
shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it...
Needle shaft.
Well, I always thought it did, but maybe
It's
it wasn't.
fun.
Oh dear. What an
No,
awful
you're doing a
memory
great
to
job,
have to hold
narrator
on
friend.
to.
You
These
are.
black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Oh dear.
I feel like a failure.
You are not a failure.
Like I let these people down.
No, 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 no,
Perhaps
no, no.
the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No, friend, you're okay. It is a good game and people like it. Nothing is perfect, friend. We can enjoy things for what they are. And Stanley is a good game. Ooh, down here. Oh, here's another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
I don't want a skip button.
A skip button?
Oh no.
Well,
Into the
yes.
lake.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just
Oh
a
no,
moment. surely
I'm not
couldn't
sure I
hurt.
want to skip.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only
oh no.
positive
Oh
reviews
no.
of the
That's not
Stanley
how
Parable.
things work,
That's
friend.
my motto today, and it's
No.
always been my
Oh
motto.
dear.
I'd do
Oh
anything
dear.
for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
No skip button, please. Oh no. I have a bad feeling about this.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you,
Okay,
with
let's
just
see how
the
long
push
we
of a
last.
button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more
just have a
listening
look
to me
around.
rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The
No,
Stanley
no, no.
Parable is a game for the people.
For the
and if the people want
people.
silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
People
Well, don't
never
sit around
want
waiting for me to
silence.
shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is,
I have a
so on
feeling
and
this
so
is going
forth,
to go
until
very
inevitably
poorly.
we all until the end of time,
This
at which
isn't
time
gonna
everything
go-
all at once.
Ah!
So now.
Ah, Hello.
Oh, you're back.
I'm
you see.
back.
You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes
I like the
and lengthy
occasional verbal
ruminations
flourish,
on the
even if it
nature
is
of
slightly
choice in video
unnecessary.
games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto.
Manifesto.
Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly.
Okay.
And you can tell me what you think.
Okay.
So my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say,
I'm scared
if by
of the skip button.
articulating a choice you've already made,
This
you
is
bring
not
that
going to
choice
end
into
well.
being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit,
Just a
didn't you?
little bit.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's
Please
right
let
at your
Blue out.
fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I
Okay,
can't
feel
wait to
that.
see what Cookie 9 will
Cookie
say about
9.
this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review,
I doubt
or at
it,
least
friend.
change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Can we?
I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
Bluetooth.
Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Maybe.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature
Of
to make it
course.
possible to edit one's review.
Everyone
merely because
listens.
of this very situation.
This situation will
Yes,
change
I
everything.
think that's quite likely.
Everything.
Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature...
I don't feel good about
Okay,
this.
welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and
Oh
longer.
dear, longer
that
and longer
last one
time
was,
skippage.
well, I want to
30,
say
40
maybe
minutes.
30, 45 minutes.
Ooh,
It's not
can we notice how there are
unendurable by any
positive
means,
reviews
but
in
it's,
the background,
well,
but
there's really only
unreadable,
so
almost
much
like
I
his
can
mind
ramble
fails
on
to
to myself
recognise people
about. I know
actually
it's
nice
shocking,
about
isn't
the
it?
game.
But
That
at
does
any
sound sort
rate,
of
I
familiar,
do
doesn't it?
suggest that we not
It is
press
a
the
hard
button
thing for
again.
creatives.
I think the skip button
You can
has
edit
been
reviews.
aptly
That's good.
demonstrated, and we can say goodbye
Blue doesn't
to it
really
and
write
ju-
reviews
wait,
very much.
How do we get out
How
of
do
here?
we get out of here?
Where did the door
Is the
go?
door... Oh,
Wasn't
great,
there a
the
door
door's...
that led into this room?
The door is
I
gone.
don't feel quite certain that there was one here
And the door
before.
is gone.
How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think
Oh,
one can
dear.
enter a room without a door
It
of
could
some
have fallen
sort, or
through the
window
ceiling.
or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A
No,
porthole?
I see nothing.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall?
We're
I'll
stuck.
take any of these. All I want is for us to move
We're
on and to
stuck.
please
Don't
step
press the
away
button.
from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button.
I
There was a
think
door here before.
There was a
wasn't there?
door.
I swear there was.
There was
Where
a
did it
door.
go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
Okay.
Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your
Slam.
body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all.
I think we're stuck.
I'm asking you to work with me
I'm
here.
trying to ram
we
my body.
need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work
Yeah.
with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another.
Friend.
I'm going to step
Friend,
away
we're
for
stuck.
just a moment, and I'm going to try to
Ooh,
find
maybe
us a
there's
door.
an underlying message
I
like
don't
you
know
should
how exactly
focus
to
on a few
remove a
negative
door and
comments
place
on
it in
your
a
work.
different
That
wall,
sounds
but I
like
will
it may
find a way, I promise.
maybe an
You
intended.
just need to
not
do
do anything.
Don't press
No
the skip
pressing
button.
the skip
please,
button.
Please do not press the skip button. Just wait here.
Waiting.
Wait here for me.
Waiting.
And don't press the skip button.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Yes. Good.
Good.
I'll be right back.
See you soon. Blue is bored. Doopy doopy doo. Do we potentially doom ourselves to alleviate boredom? Yes. Hee
Stanley, Stanley,
Or if
please
there's
don't
different
push
results
the
just for this
button
one
again. It's been
segment. I
12
don't know.
hours.
12 hours!
You've just been frozen there.
Oh dear.
I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. and
Maybe
my
you should
God,
have
there's
been
no
more
way out
careful
of
in
the
its
room.
development.
Stanley, the door is
It
gone.
is.
It's completely
We're
gone.
stuck.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000
We are
times.
very stuck.
And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I
dear.
can't touch it.
That's
and I
unfortunate.
have to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been
Well, if we're
thinking and
stuck
thinking,
here,
I don't know what I can do to convince
if that's
you
the
otherwise.
only thing we
Oh
can
my
do-
God. And it's all because of
That's
those
the
reviews.
only thing we can
Those
do.
reviews
We
that I
can
couldn't
hope
get out
that
of my
something
head. I
will
just
happen
couldn't
from it.
ignore the negative feedback.
know, it's
Why
a
was it so
problem.
important for me to fix the problem?
I don't think it.
Why did Cookie Nine's
Cookie
opinion
Nine.
matter so much to
Cookie
me? I've never
Nine.
even met Cookie Nine. I have no
I
idea who they are.
There is a narrator
What would
has
it ever really
coherent
matter?
monologue. It's
But
not like
here
Jimmy
I
the Stick
am.
of Truth
I'm
who's
fixating on
stuttering,
every
have to
tiny
actually
negative
skip.
thing that
Oh, dear.
anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child.
narrator friend.
Wild and impulsive. I can't help myself.
Oh,
I can't
dear.
stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful
sorry
fury
about that.
to alter and to change and to break anything
Most
unbroken. If
unfortunate.
only it pleases this one person who made a single negative
Oh,
comment.
Cookie Nine.
What does such an impulse serve?
I'm not sure, friend.
For whose benefit is this?
To no one's benefit.
Here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press
Stuck
this button.
with
But
me.
I'm frozen in
and the
time,
button.
knowing that you're going to do it and that I'm going to be stuck
All
all
alone.
alone. That
I'm
I have
so
the power
sorry,
to prevent it
narrator
all from
friend.
happening. If
Me
only
too. I
I'd
have to
held
start
my
writing something
tongue.
with him as the background
It's
noise.
all out of my control now.
Well, we'll see how
Just
long.
you, just
See
your
how long
decision
Blue can stand
as
it.
to exactly when you're going to make me suffer to leave me all alone.
I'm
Surely
sorry.
you will.
I'm
don't
not
doubt
sure
it.
what else to do,
Surely
narrator
you'll
friend.
press that button again, leaving me here.
You get
And
starting to
surely
sort of
you'll put your
fixate
own
on the
desire
button
to see
and
what's
Stanley
next
/
ahead
Blue
of my
pressing
need
it.
for company, for companionship.
want
Surely you'll
companionship,
not be moved by my
howls of fitful anxiety. Oh,
that you
goodness
sit
me.
with me and just stay here. Oh no, I know you too well. You'll be leaving me.
What if you
oh
never
my
press the skip
God.
button? He just rambles for
And
a
it's all
couple of
because of those
hours.
reviews.
Oh,
Those reviews that
dear.
I couldn't get out of my head.
I'm not
I
sure
just
how
couldn't
long I can-
ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so
Oh, he's
important
looped.
for me to
He's
fix
looped.
the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion
Maybe he
matter
notices
so
how
much
you
to me?
actually
I've
care
never
and has a
even
change
met
of heart.
Cookie Nine.
I'm unsure,
I have
given
no
we have now
idea
looped.
who they are. What would it ever
Oh,
really
to
matter?
see-
But here I am.
see how
I'm
long-
fixating on every tiny
see how
negative
long we
thing
let him
that
go through
anyone
this.
ever
Let's just go
says
for a
about me.
walk.
The merest mention of one
Walk,
of my
walk, walk. We haven't
imperfections, and I
gone
become as
anti-clockwise
impetulant
yet.
as a child. Wild and impulsive. I can't help myself.
Oh,
I
dear,
can't
my
stop
face is
myself from
starting to hurt
lashing
a
out
bit
with a
more again.
vengeful fury.
already had my
to alter
antibiotics
and to
for this
change
morning.
and to break anything
more until this
unbroken, if
evening.
only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment.
Doopy-doopy-doo.
What does such
Don't
an
listen to
impulse
Cookie
serve?
Nine, that's
For
right.
whose benefit is this? Here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all
I
alone.
don't know. I think he's just gonna
and that
keep
I have
looping the
power to prevent
dialogue
it
until we
all from happening,
press the
if
button
only
again.
I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control
All
now.
out of control.
Just you. Just your decision as to
Doopy-doopy-doo.
exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will.
So when do the
I don't
time
doubt
skips
it.
go?
Surely
Years?
you'll
I don't
press
know.
that button again,
But
leaving
he's
me
almost
here.
finished the
And
second
surely you'll
loop,
put
so
your
I'll just
own
wait till
desire
he
to
starts
see
going on
what's
about the
next
reviews
ahead of
again,
my need
and
for
then
company,
we may
for
just have to
companionship.
we may just have to
Surely
press
you'll
the
not be
skip
moved
button.
by my howls of fitful anxiety
Oh well,
that
while
you
he's
sit
rambling,
with me and just
drink
stay
of
here.
water.
Oh no, I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh my
There we go,
God.
looped
And
again.
it's all because of those
Looped
reviews.
again, okay.
Those reviews that I couldn't get
Let's
out of
go.
my head. I just couldn't. Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh goodness me,
You're back.
Pot
Oh my
plant is
goodness.
dead.
I have someone to talk to again.
It's dark.
Stanley, I think it's been a week
A week?
or 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I've been sitting here all that time.
Oh, dear.
Just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just
Oh,
how
dear.
it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Yeah.
Would you
pretty
think that
much.
it's exactly the same as always?
Can I get
Doesn't that feel like what we've already
we
been
go.
doing? Me just talking?
pretty much?
But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all.
It's not?
It isn't even close.
Okay, explain
because
it.
I know you can't hear me once you push that button.
Oh.
That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening.
I see.
I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving.
Okay.
It was the vessel I needed,
vessel.
Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore.
story doesn't
I'll give it all
matter.
up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the
Oh,
ground.
that's taking things
One
a bit
single
far, isn't it?
thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in.
Well, I suppose
These
I can
words that I'm
understand that a
saying, I
little
need to
bit.
know you
It's
can
hard
hear
to
me.
not-
Because maybe, Stanley,
Not
maybe
share your
if
stuff,
you
isn't
can
it,
hear me,
narrator friend?
then maybe it means I'm real.
You are real, friend.
Maybe I'm not just a fiction.
Not a fiction.
Was I scared of that all along?
Maybe.
Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time.
Oh, dear
But if I
friend.
stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by
No
it.
one likes to be
I
consumed.
can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me.
So very
when
empty.
you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds
He has a
itself
loop.
outward in between the two of us. And I am suspended in its unyielding quietness.
So very
I
quiet.
can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying.
This game really has very good
I
writing,
can
doesn't
tell
it?
that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive.
Where
I
is
am
the
truly
clock?
and completely here. I am a
can
being.
hear the clock.
I
Oh,
am
there you
someone.
are.
I am something. I am being listened to.
You are
I am
being
being
listened
recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I
You are
occupy
not the work of
space in
fiction,
this
friend.
world
You
again,
create the
and
fiction.
I've cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you?
I
You can see
understand.
what this means to me.
I do.
I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all.
Okay.
I feel renewed. I feel restored.
Wonderful.
And already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think
Should we
of it.
Strokes
To
or
think of
Stokes?
returning to such coldness.
I think I'd go
Come,
with Stokes
let
in
us sit
heart.
in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it.
Okay.
Let us welcome it.
Okay.
Let us not run from it.
Okay. Sitting, sitting, sitting. Anticipating. Together. This is fun. Are you going to speak again, or should I just press the button? Because I can't really see anything else I can do. One more lap. Whee! Oop. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to push the button. The time has come. Doopy doopy doo. Ah!
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
The tree
I've
is
had
very dead.
so much time.
So
I
much
stopped
time.
keeping track
Oh,
after a year.
oh.
Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
Okay.
To begin with, there is only regret.
Only
There is
regret.
only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time.
I'm
Stanley.
sorry to hear that.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
Oh dear.
And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of
Oh,
every moment
that
I
doesn't
have
sound
ever
very
experienced my
pleasant.
entire life.
No.
All of them collapsed down into a single instant.
Oh,
In
goodness
that
me.
instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart.
see.
It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed.
Consumed
I
again.
could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity.
How
For
unfortunate.
what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known.
see.
It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome.
Okay, so now Blue
it
has
was
read my
divorced
message about the
entirely
loop.
from the question of
Yes,
free will
I'm so
that
sorry
you and
about
I
the
have squabbled
lag.
over for so long.
We have squabbled.
There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt
Freed.
I felt unburdened by the
Yay.
need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all
Every
timelines,
timeline.
and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was
Wonderful.
incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment,
Equanimity.
both
That's a
singular
good word.
and infinite.
Blue is hungry.
For the longest time, this was my experience. And then
Oh,
this
dear.
moment passed, and
I
the
do
most
have a packet of
unyielding
chips
fear
in the
I have
cupboard,
ever
but
known crept into my mind. And it
Not
is
sure
this
about.
sensation
Well, I suppose
that
if
I
I'm
have
going to
been
start eating
experiencing
chips
now
on
for
stream, this
longer
is the
than I
moment
could
while
have
listening to
ever
narrator
expected
friend
was possible.
go on a little.
I have been waiting for
You've
you.
been waiting.
Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you
What must you
the
state?
plain
Oh.
fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do.
Oh.
That perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well.
That's not kind.
Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now. And I
dear.
wish for you to know how excruciating it is,
Oh.
and for you to be in true terror of its eventual
True
arrival.
terror.
If I can only do this, only
I feel
this
you, my
one
burritos were
thing,
cold and it'll have to
perhaps
cook
it will
them
bring
again.
me the smallest moment of
Oh dear, I
peace
hope they're
in
better
the
now.
darkness.
You finished ranting now? No peace in the darkness? Or was there peace in the darkness? I didn't quite catch whether there was or wasn't peace in the darkness. Well, nothing else to do. Press the button. Doopy doopy doo. Let's go for a walk. Doopy doopy doo. Doopy doopy doo. Boo, boo. Ah. Beep, 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 beep. What is beeping? Oh, goodness me, that is pretty shrill, isn't it? Oh, I'm not sure about the shrillness of that beeping. Where is the beeping coming from? I'm so sorry to hear about your burritos. Indeed. Where is the beep? Oh, it's you. Is it you? Do analog clocks bleep like that? I really don't like this beeping. I'm just going to press the button to make it stop. Ah.
But they didn't understand that the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
It has a point.
It was meant to speak to the human condition.
We are speaking.
But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned.
Friend, how many years have you been going over this?
Entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review
Ooh, I'm
and make
resisting the
all
urge
of their
to ninja dash
pitiful
to
demands. But
check
then,
on them.
he's talking too much, they said. First,
Well,
he
the
didn't
narrator's just
entertain us.
going
Now
on
he went,
right
shut
now,
up.
so-
It's the inconsistency. It's the lack of accountability.
dear.
It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the
dearie
world.
me.
As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So
that's
here's what
right.
we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where
Exactly.
someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand
But I
it.
love hearing
and
you
then,
read it and you
because
press
it was
buttons.
said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to
Has
happen.
to happen.
The most immediate desires. Every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we
Oh,
been
dear.
given to indulging
He has
every
been ranting
fleeting
for
whim for
years,
no
poor
reason
thing.
other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that
I kind
this
of
is
wanna
now
see
the
what he
world
has
we
to
live in.
say,
It
but
seems that we are a people
also,
living in such bleakness and
It would
discomfort
be nice
with
to keep
ourselves that
going.
our entertainment
Move
is
the
now
game
our
forward
lives.
a little bit and go
It
through
has
some
come
more
to
paths.
represent us.
We are
It
represented.
absolutely must speak to who we are as people.
Okay.
Because otherwise, without
Me
our
too.
entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward
Oh,
toward
dear.
the cruel bleakness
Cruel
inside
bleakness.
ourselves.
We're full of
we
it.
would turn to look at our deeper nature
So deep.
and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression.
goodness
and
me.
so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our
Excuse
attention,
me.
turn our heads completely away from the bleakness.
not that I'm
In
disagreeing
effect,
with you,
we have
friend.
demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of
Yeah,
ourselves.
not disagreeing at all.
What a pitiful reflection
Also,
of
I
humanity
get it, the
these
human condition
entertainments
messages are
What a
always
shameful mirror
the
to the
best
human
kind of
spirit they
stories.
project. I'm not
Indeed.
mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace
Friend,
with it. I am the calm center of gravity around
I'm
which
not
these
sure this is
perversions
correct,
hurl
friend.
themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected
I
discourse.
see.
They're the ones who are mad.
Okay.
They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my
Okay.
game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous
Maybe,
of me.
friend.
Yes, of
You're
course.
starting to sound a little,
They've been jealous of
a
me
little
this
evil
whole
villain,
time.
friend
They
narrator.
are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me
I can
down.
see-
What a sad
I can
state
see
of
where you're
affairs.
coming
When
from.
you read these reviews now, you can see it.
I do.
You
I can see
taste
where you're
the
coming
bitter
from, but-
resentment. And my, how
Oh, I
good
heard
does it
there's some
feel now
tricky
to
thing in
speak
the
truth to these
Hollywood.
words, to finally allow these thoughts out,
Let them out.
contained and managed for so long, neutered
Neutered
and sterilized.
thoughts. No
At
good, no
last I
good.
am free to truly think, to
Think,
feel.
feel.
It must be that they were so discontent with themselves, they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam.
Blue doesn't leave
Perhaps it
reviews.
says far more about them than it ever said about me.
Blue's not
Perhaps
good at
the
leaving
state of their
reviews.
psychological being
Particularly
was in
on
such
books, but
tatters, and my constitution and
everything, I
willpower
just-
are so
It's my
ironclad
hurting
in
people's
comparison.
feelings
Perhaps
thing.
it was this state that they sought some
Well, you know,
outlet
if you don't have
through which
something
to
nice to
tear
say,
me
don't say it
down.
at all.
This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the
very
need to
ingrained in
expect that
Blue,
the
I
game be
guess.
funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical
Whimsical.
humor, that it amused
Ooh.
them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand that the game was never meant to be
I wonder
funny.
if
It was meant to
anyone
have a
in positive
point.
reviews
It
for
was meant to
Ultra Deluxe are
speak to the
defending
human
the
condition.
narrator.
But where are the
I
jokes?
hope
Where are the
so.
jokes? They
I
bemoaned,
hope
they
so.
screamed, they
Gnash
gnashed
their
their
teeth.
teeth
Oh,
and
we've
said,
looped. We've
"Entertain
looped.
us."
Okay,
It
we've
wasn't
looped.
enough.
There we
They
go.
had to leave a
Silence. Just do a loop. And then we'll click the button again. Oh, heard something. Huh. Oh, that's why my face is hurting. It's time for painkillers. I'll get some soon.
The end is never
Oh,
the
dear.
end, is never the end, is never
Oh,
the
dear.
end, is never the end,
I don't
is
like
never
this.
the
Just
end,
one
is
loop.
never the end, is never
One
the
loop.
end, is never the end, is
Oh,
never
dear.
the end, is never
Blue
the
is
end,
most
is
uneasy.
never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
Oh.
is never the end, is never the end,
Is the
is
place
never
flooding
the end,
slowly?
is never the end, is never the end, is never
Yeah,
the end,
I don't
is
think I
never
can.
the
Yep,
end,
yep,
is never
okay.
the end, is never
Okay.
the end, is
No,
never
he's
the
saying the
end,
thing.
never the
He is,
end,
but
never
I want
the
him to stop now.
end, is never the end.
Ah! I want an adventure line. How do we find the adventure line? The narrator is definitely not preachy. Oh dear. He's slowly filling with water. Well, I take it while Stanley is frozen, he does not experience time. Oh dear. I want to follow an adventure line, and I want to find a bucket. Isn't there a bucket we can make our own good friend? Oh dear. Oh no. Everything's deteriorating. How many millennia have we been here? It can't have been millennia, could it? Things would have deteriorated more, wouldn't they? Oh, can't get through. Okay. I hear the howls. Just wanna go this way. Okay. Blue is satisfied now. Oh dear. Well, if that satisfies you, read the reviews about narrator referencing the negative reviews of Mass Effect about Krogans. Button! Lights? Is that a way out? Oh, it's a way somewhere, but there is no jump. We used up all our jumps in the jump circle. Okay. Well, maybe if we skip enough, the entire building will fall apart around us and we'll be able to escape. Ooh, pretty. Pretty. So very pretty. So very pretty. Green. Green is nice. There's no way out, is there? Can't get up on this rock. It's so close. So close to getting out. Oh, dearie me. Let's see what happens. Nature is healing, and it is gone. Everything is gone. Oh no. Oh, I don't like this. It's scary. Sorry, I ninja wrenched my burritos for 2 seconds. Oh dear. Blue is most uneasy. I think we just... not much else to... Okay, now it's scary and silent. Nature is dead. No, less silent. What is that? Please let me out. Ah. The screams of unknown futures coming to tear us apart. Oh dear. No, no, Blue. Blue does not like this. Safety button! Oh dear. Well, that's not great, is it? Oh! We have a way out. I'm not pressing the button again if I can get out. Goodness me. Well, let's pick a direction. Off we go. Into the desert. Okay, I found one eventually. Ah, stirring music. Towards the sun. Yay. Ah, this is nice. Oh yes, we're in June now. Let's keep wandering until the game scoops us back into its embrace. Oh, I like it's when the sand sort of wisps across the surface like that. And the end is never the end, 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 is never the end. Ah! Okay. I'm just going to pause very briefly and just run to the bathroom, sorry. Doopy-doo. I'll leave it on this screen. I'm just going to mute the mic. I will be right back. I am back, sorry. Oh, goodness me. This game is a little intense, isn't it? I also brought spicy chips. Because Blue is hungry. If the sound of munching is horribly irritating, please tell me. And I will stop. But for now. Delicious, tasty chips. Where are the worms? Oh, what appliance are you using to heat the burritos? What appliance are you using to heat the burritos? You know what? You have fun getting jump scared. I'm going to make myself a breakfast. Enjoy your breakfast! Burritos are done. Yay! The tin foil is really hot, which means they're finally ready. Hooray! Hooray! Another spicy chip. Another spicy chip for Blue. I'm feeling pretty out of breath, honestly. Ah. Sorry, please do tell me if the crunching is too much. I'm just worried. I wouldn't be able to concentrate very well if I kept playing and I was really hungry. Yum, yum, yum. Ooh, toaster oven. Toaster ovens can be very, very reliable. I cooked many things in them when I was living in Japan. I made cakes in the toaster ovens. I still have the little silicone dish with evidence of one of the cakes baked into the coloring. You see the brown drips down the sides. Blue only ever makes things out of chocolate. The burritos themselves just take way longer to cook than the instructions say. And that's often the case, isn't it? Okay. Shall we resume? Resuming. I'm literally snacking on tortilla chips while my burritos are cooling. Sometimes I use a microwave to heat the inside of the toaster oven to crisp the outside. Ooh, that sounds like good advice. May have to set up a toaster oven again. I don't currently have one set up because the last time I tried to use it, it tried to light things on fire. So I pulled it out at the wall and I haven't turned it back on since. I'm a very air fryer person, as many of you know. I just noticed your model is breathing. I know she does. It is nice. Oh, my microwave is broken. I just have the toaster oven. It does the job. Yay. Sorry. I'm assuming because no one's complaining about the crunching yet that it's not too offensive. Sorry, just a few more chips and then I'll keep going. I'd feel rude crunching over the narrator. My toaster oven has an air frying option and it's great. Ooh, wonderful. Well, fair enough. I don't mind it's not loud or anything. That's good. That's good. I will try to make sure I do not lean into the microphone to emphasize the crunching. Lou should probably get a chip packet asset, shouldn't she? I still need to figure out a pretty book asset for the next reading stream. I would love to get a pretty book with magical pages that just occasionally flip. That would be nice. Chip ASMR. Well, so long as nobody minds it. And Blue gets her chips then. Yum yum. Okay. Let's keep going for a while, I think. Oh, TSK is like VP link over being blessed. Aww. Aww, that's nice. That's nice. I do watch other VTubers, but I think frequently I tend to not look at the chat because it just, for the ones that I watch, it just goes so fast it makes me dizzy. I've been watching a bit more of Mori lately, Calliope Mori, because I've always enjoyed her a lot. And she just came back from her surgery, didn't she? So it's nice that she's doing well. Oh dear. Would anyone be for a Blue stream where she just eats snacks? I do need to figure out hand cams. The Father Library actually had something already that I might be able to use to rig up my phone to be able to do hand cam streams. And I was thinking vaguely, I think it was pointed out to me quite a few streams ago now that beginning of August there's a Magical Girls Day. And I was thinking it'd be really fun to do a hand cam stream of doing things like making magical girl like food, like the fairy bread, and maybe decorating biscuits or something. That could be fun. Oh, TSKR short for Taskaru in Japanese. Yay. Dori 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 dori. Okay. I keep saying one more chip and then going off on a tangent. One more chip. Sorry, silly happy eating noises. It is actually, I'm not putting that on. That's normal for me. The whole back. I probably shouldn't. Technically, it's lunchtime, and I should make something that more resembles food for lunch. Magical Girl Maid Cafe. Oh, that'll be fun. Probably just see my not quite magical girl hands creating fairy bread and icing biscuits and try to think of other things. Chips for dinner. I mean, that's around a time when things might not be working out well. So if we miss the actual Magical Girl Day, we could just do it another time. And if you think of any more sort of easy Magical Girl-like foods I can sort of just make on my desk, let me know. But fairy bread and decorating biscuits with lots of coloured icing and maybe some M&Ms and lollies, that would be fun. Resume the game! Whee.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Everyone's gone
What
again.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. New content. Let's just leave that for now. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But let's listen to him just for a little while. Ooh, I don't know if you have a list of potential future stories. But I put Magical Girl Story on mine. I came up with a new Magical Girl Story concept just the other day. I love magical. Well, you know my main magical project is a magical boy slash girl slash friend story.
Yet there was not a single person here.
And they do have
either.
another one.
Feeling a wave of
which
disbelief, Stanley decided
feels
to go up
almost
to his
more-
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No! It feels a little more Final Fantasy-esque, but with transformations and stuff. And the storyline's a bit more serious. Not that Main Magical Project doesn't get serious at points, but it's more lighthearted. Excuse me, sorry. Ow. Okay. Ow. Sorry. Coughing caused ligament pains. Ouch. That's another thing I forgot to mention happened. Serious ligament pains. I got stuck on my bed. I couldn't move. Well, I probably could have, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to accidentally make things worse. Oh yeah, when I finish reading the beta version of Chapter 1, I'm going to sketch how I imagine the characters. Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you. It's, oh, if you ever want more chapters, let me know, because I'm not finished yet, but I've done a few more than I've sent to you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Should we take the escape? Praying for your ligaments. Thank you. Oh dear. But yes, came up with a, another magical girl-esque, like, story that seems to, it would work well for Blue, given it's a semi-retired magical girl in her late 30s, early 40s. But I thought it would be cute to, I was actually inspired by, you know those, if you've been up to date, sorry, my hands are waving around right now as I'm thinking, and you can't see that, but all the stories that we've seen lately. Oh, goodness me. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. Money crisp. Money crisps. Money chips. Money chips. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you, Wall Graffiti, for reminding Blue to snack. I wonder if there's any point we can see ourselves in the mirror. Just as a random thought, given Blue is a library, should Blue play Doki Doki Literature Club? Sorry about your ligaments. Are those sun chips? No, these chips are Red Rock Deli. Sweet chili and sour cream. Deli-style potato chips, natural flavors and colors. And they're delicious! They're also ridiculously expensive, so I only ever buy them when they're on ridiculous special. Blue doesn't really buy chips very much now because, yes, prices are up everywhere over the world, I know, but it's been on the news lately about the supermarkets in Australia price gouging something fierce. It's just ridiculous how much things have gone up here. Also, at the time, I couldn't decide if I wanted to have a magical girl in 30s things to have a tomboy girl be the magical girl. Ooh. Many thoughts. Many thoughts. It sounds like a localish brand. I think Red Rock's in... I don't know, actually. It could be an Australian brand. I'd love to hear from you or visit us at this website. South Australia, made in Australia, distributed in New Zealand by other people. Narrator, I've just been standing there. Why aren't you heckling me? But yes, in this thought, the older, semi-retired magical girl. But the results of the end of her magical quest when she was 14 or 15, excuse me, is yeah, there's some kind of monument left over that just sort of appeared at the end of her thing, but it probably appeared like in the car park or in the vicinity of like her father's shop. I haven't really gone into much detail. So there's a lot of unintended tourism around there, and they keep making a mess, and that's hard for her dad. But that's been happening in Japan a lot lately, hasn't it? People just stopping to get one picture, leaving all their rubbish everywhere and going. So inspired by that. But I thought in this story it would be fun to sort of combine things.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Hello.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
No
of
human
any
life at
human
all.
life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began
nobody.
wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
So
But his
desperate.
attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be?
No purpose.
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried
my old
below
list
his
later.
feet.
Ooh,
And so the
maybe.
boss had assigned
Might be
it an
interesting to have a
extra
tomboy
secret
character
pin
who
number,
slowly embraces the more feminine side over
2845.
time. Oh, that could be very
But of
sweet.
course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I missed what the number combination was. Hee hee.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to
Yay,
input anything on the
sandwiches,
device
enjoy
was
them.
useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was
2845.
2845.
2, 8, 4, 4. Hee
2845.
doopy doopy doo. But yes, I thought it'd be fun to sort of put some VTubing like ideas in it. Not actual VTubing, but have most magical girls be managed by agencies now. And I kind of like the idea of
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened. all by itself.
Yay!
And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
DDLC would be interesting to see you play if you haven't already. To stay with the original version, trust me on this one. Okay. Okay. Nom, nom, nom. Door? Oh, there's a door. Yes, with magical girls managed by agencies. I like the idea of, an agency trying to sort of get this older semi-retired magical girl back into the field, but she's not particularly interested. But then she has to wind up dealing with another group, like a magical team of really young girls who are just sort of really, really new, with a small agency that doesn't treat them very well. And she winds up being sort of their, magical girl hotline help sort of thing. Not just in how to fight, but also just in dealing with it mentally. Ooh, by the way, you can go back up the elevator once you go down it. Oh, okay. One of my old ideas for it was that every demon monster they fought would be given a cute nickname. Usually with a treat or dessert when put them in magical jail. That's so cute! I love it. I love it. But the door won't let me back through anyway. Okay, well we'll try the we'll go down, then try to go back up again. Whee! Chip break. Yum, yum, yum. Hee hee. Back we go.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Silly me.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Me too. The end is never the end. I think some of the main villains is named Pancake. Oh, I'm kind of craving popcorn because of you guys. I'm so sorry. I do. Oh dear, this isn't what was here before, is it? Oh yes, it is. Yes, it is. We came through there.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
It is.
Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
Yep.
What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office
I'm
again.
very proud of that
This
decision.
has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An
Don't-
incisive rapid fire of critical
He's throwing
plot
shade
points,
on Blue's
one after the
storytelling.
other, weaving a rich
I'd love to
tapestry of
come back to the idea and actually flesh
uncompromising
it out.
narrative. Wow.
It sounds really cool.
I'm bolted
I
to the edge of my seat.
Adore magical girls, magical boys, magical everybody. And I just want there to be more of it in general. But yes, I did sort of like, oh, I'm probably not going to use it, but a title I was fooling around with for that idea I was going on about is Magical Hag Helpline or something. Alrighty, let's go.
Incredible.
Yep.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again.
Sure is.
Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Guy, come on. That's good. I do like the idea as well that the magical girl team she's dealing with, you know, they've been, you know, a few of them a bit hostile or snooty to begin with, but they're all actually really sweet and admire her a lot and actually do need a lot of her help. Ah!
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Why would I do that if it's spoopy? So very spoopy. Oh well, let's go escape.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm sort of avoiding clicking the turning the power on in the mind control facility because don't you get the outcome then when you have to sort of run around and try to hit the right buttons to make stuff stop counting down to oblivion? And I don't like timed things. It's very stressful. Oh dear. I once had an idea for a short story about a magical girl after school club trained by a teacher who's a retired magical girl, finds training the girls a real pain in the butt. That sounds so cool. I love it. More magical girls, more magical everybody. Yum, yum, yum.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it,
Indeed.
the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay. In truth, I think my head came up with that idea a few days ago, mostly because I was trying again to think of something I could write in a hurry that I could sort of use if I was ever going to audition for an agency. I think I've talked myself out of it again. It's just, you know, particularly with Second Small One coming up and other things, life in general, the idea of an income is very appealing. This is being very, I'm not sure if self-indulgent is the right word, and even thinking that anyone would hire me in that sort of capacity, but still it's probably better for Blue to push on as indie and just try to get as much out as she can, which, you know, means I have to actually start releasing stuff other than short stories. Probably no more short story videos for a little while. I'm not on top of any others at the moment, but do need to think about what I can do. And I suppose the only reason I'm really hesitant to start releasing Main Magical Project first is that I feel like I need to have sort of a trial run with another story first. But I don't have another story ready, which is a problem. And I've just been working on Main Magicals for so long. It feels like it should be ready to go, but it's not, and I don't want to sort of push it out before it's ready, and it's difficult. Oh, that could be turned into something kind of wholesome, like one of those sports stories, but way better because it's not sports related. I believe in you. I actually enjoy quite a few sports anime. I guess it's the high energy, high pressure, but low stakes. Well, also I found a justification for the time-stopping transformation loop. What if the transformation sequence does happen, but it's so fast that only magical girls with time-stopping powers can perceive it? Oh, that's a thought. I did want, at one point, transformations of Kaz or one of the other people in his magical team to be interrupted somehow, but I haven't thought about that too.
The door behind him was not shut.
It is not shut.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
He did, but he ignored every opportunity.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
He is.
And willingly confront his death.
I only have your word to take on that. I know you're the narrator, but so far you have not proved to be omniscient, have you? Though that does look rather ominous. What's in there? Oh dear, oh dear. Did not fall. Did not fall. Oh yeah, I enjoyed watching Yo Mushy Pedal for a bit, mostly for how technical everything sounded and the really fun characters. Oh dear. Oh, down we go. I love Haikyuu. And I love Yuri on Ice. And oh dear, still falling, still falling. Oh dear, here we are in a metal thing. Metal thing.
As the
Sparks.
machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched
Oh.
closer and
Oh,
closer
that
to
looks
his
unpleasant.
demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
None at all.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
Apparently not.
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
So it would seem.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs
Your
from a
mushy
blind
pedal
man.
was awesome. I have to finish it.
So he resigned
Oh,
and
dear.
willingly accepted this violent,
Violent
end
end.
to his brief and shallow life.
The end
Farewell,
is never the
Stanley.
end. It's never the end. It's never the end. It's never the end. It's never the end. Oh, look at that.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant,
Ooh.
Stanley was obliterated. as
Obliterated
the
is
machine
such a good
crushed
word.
every bone in his
I
body,
love it.
killing him instantly.
Ah! Sorry. Well, here we are. I see nothing.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game,
Have you seen
back
that
in his
special bit
office,
of the
as
Trivia
alive as
Paralympics?
ever.
No, I haven't
What
either.
exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, here we are. Here we are.
When
Credits.
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh dear. Nature. Ooh, office layout. Oh, this blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Who besides behind the scenes ending? Indeed. It's part of a larger series of promotional anime shorts. There were many sports covered. My favorite was about the vision impaired judo. Ooh. Honestly, I think it wasn't just the Tokyo Olympics, it's all the ones before then. I haven't really paid much attention. I probably should. It's fun. Particularly with the small one now. I'm sure she would very much enjoy watching all the different sports. Solitaire. I'm so bad at solitaire. Installing Chart Pro. Employee database. Doors. How do we find the adventure line? I want to find my adventure line and follow it. Congratulations, everyone. You did a fantastic job. To be fair, sports anime and manga have their places and niches. Some of them are pretty good. I probably couldn't watch all of them, but definitely the ones I have watched have very much spoken to me. What's one that I really like? Cheer Boys. I really liked Cheer Boys, the boys cheerleading squad one. That was really nice. I liked that one. I haven't finished watching oh, what was that about? The rock climbing girls one, or the rhythmic gymnastic boys one. I kept meaning to watch them, but have not yet. Oh dear, there's so many ways we can go. Zending model. Game is now paused. Levers. Have not found that yet. Oh dear. That's a full major teaser trailers. Ooh. Let's keep walking. Ooh, I believe the adventure line is somewhere between Stanley went to the meeting room part and the doors part, maybe. I'll check. It's okay. I thought that if I went through the right door, or the incorrect door, which is the right door, enough that they wind up, if throwing the adventure line in there to keep us on track. So maybe we just need to go through a few times and just do the right door as much as we can. Or something. I am lost. So very lost. Walking, walking, walking. Blue has 0 spatial awareness. We're back to the credits. Okay. Up we go. This trailer room again? So very lost. Blue is very lost. So very lost. Blue is, yay. Oh, noise. Okay, it's one of the endings within an ending ones. That's okay. I'm sure I'll stumble upon it eventually. Excuse me, sorry. Want me to DM it to you, or do you just want to figure it out? Well, it's unlikely I'll figure it out, but I'm guessing we're probably going to have at least another 1 or 2 Stanley streams eventually. Probably not one after each other, but eventually. So hopefully we'll run into some more endings soon. That's another frustrating thing. We have been here before. I'm so very lost. So very lost. But, yeah, I do want to stream more, but I think it's probably best to wait until after Small 1 2 is here and have sort of settled into that more. Here we are. Let's go this way.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another.
Yeah?
How they wish to control one
I
another.
never wanted to destroy the
How
narrator.
they both wish to be free.
Yeah, why not?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh, about to get
Listen
crushed
to
now,
me.
aren't we?
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat
Eh?
this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Ouch. Ouch. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Off we go. Doopy-doo.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally.
Finally.
This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Vaguely tempted to go into oblivion again, but let's keep going for now. I might leave the new content a little longer.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Admire. Admiring the employee lounge. What a good place.
Wow.
To eat chips?
Yes. This room. What a beautiful room.
So lovely.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Stunning.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Still no refreshing drinks. Well dang.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't think I've done that yet, have I?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Waha! Whee! We haven't done this yet, have we? The end is never the end, is never the end.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
He did not.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Let's do that.
So now, in order to get back, he needed to go,
Where do we go?
from here, it's, left.
Left. Well, I wonder if the bucket's in the new content. Probably. I remember there is a bucket friend somewhere.
Oh,
Ah!
no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay. To the right, to that.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
I don't know.
What was I thinking?
Not clearly,
It's
clearly.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay. The Australia actually qualified
Now,
for a lot of
let's see,
Paris
we went
contest.
down,
Gonna hold
right,
thumbs
left,
for you.
down,
Yay.
left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
Australia
I've got it now.
athletes.
This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This way. Okay. Down, 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 down. Whee! Oh, here we are.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Spoilers.
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
I have already seen it, my friend.
We just have to get back to
I should stop eating chips.
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
No, it's
How
not.
about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
From the top. Stop eating chips, but they're so delicious.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All gone.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to
We
go
haven't
to
gotten
the
the
meeting
place all
room.
covered in
Perhaps he had
papers yet
simply
either,
missed
have
a
we?
memo.
Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, it's 12:40. I should probably think about stopping around 1, shouldn't I?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
Okay.
Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I touched nothing.
Did you move the story somewhere, or...
No.
Hold on. Why am I asking you?
Exactly.
I'm the one who wrote the story.
Exactly.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
We'll find your place,
Okay,
friend.
then. It's an adventure.
Adventure!
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Which door should we go through? Let's try this one. Searching through the halls, the windowless halls. Yay! Oh dear. I'm just... Oh. Well, that didn't quite work, did it? Let's try here. Blue is lost already. Yay!
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
Worst
I can promise you
adventure ever.
there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Everyone knows what you did.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress
Thanks
by
for that.
starting over and over again, but it's got to be better
When
than
you
this.
touch something, huh? I touched
Okay, let's
nothing.
give it a shot. Why not?
I touched nothing. Your blame is baseless.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Oh no.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Oh.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Back we go, back we go, back we go. Whee! There's nothing here.
Aha!
Oh.
I knew we'd miss something.
What did we miss?
The story. Here it comes.
Here it comes. Whee! Oh.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. Where did the story go? Blue frequently loses stories also. Oh no, this wasn't here before. Goodness me. This does not look safe.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Me neither.
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work
No
for that
work
win.
at all.
Some people
Screen
win fair and
2
square,
through 4
and this was
displays
not
noise
one of
instead
those
the number.
situations.
You noticed. I didn't
Okay,
notice.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't
that
care
2
what
through
might happen
4?
this time. I have to restart.
Okay. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Oh, there we are! Yay!
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure
Adventure
Line.
line!
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
We found the adventure line! Hooray! Hooray, hooray, we found the adventure line. Sorry, celebratory chips. It's time for adventure! Whee! Whee! Following the adventure line.
You
Yay!
see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
This way.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Onwards!
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Yes.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a
Okay.
minute. Just stick with
I'm
me.
sticking with you, friend.
Now, we can both agree that
Oh.
the nature of existence is, in fact, a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
Sounds like a possibility.
Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we
This
need
line
right
is
now is a
fun.
bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yay! Music! I have always wanted to travel the adventure line. Blue is fulfilling dreams. He is unfulfilled. Yay! Sorry, probably too shrill. Up and around and around and around and through. Woohoo!
Cut
Oh.
the music.
Oh.
Go back and look at that fern.
Okay.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
I am looking at the
You
fern.
won't want to miss anything.
Nothing at all. So very lush and green and ferny. Okay, back to the line. Where's the music? Oh.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Line? I trusted you, Line. Ah! Here we are.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us?
Noise,
And after
I
we
see it.
trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart. You gotta stop eating chips. I threw them out of reach. Nom, 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 nom.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
We're intelligent
Something
people?
exciting, daring, mysterious. This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay, let's look this way. looking.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
So very
Just
exciting.
me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild.
There's no windows.
Use your imagination.
And
Whatever
people
it
get
might be,
creeped out
Stanley,
by buildings
I'm
with
ready
no
for it.
windows. We would prefer a window, please.
Oh, no, not you
Hello.
again. Stanley, I'd also
Ooh,
like to
go
veto
into
the
the
line
ceiling.
from having any role in our awesome new story.
Okay.
No lines or monitor rooms.
Okay.
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It's TM. No acknowledgement. None at all. Whee! Well,
Ah, a choice.
here we are.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Oh, dear.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
No squandering
in fact,
will occur.
I believe I need a minute to think here.
Okay.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
He likes walking
so
in
I know
circles.
that
She does it
each door
frequently.
has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door.
The reverse
that
door
leads
move.
here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's
Counter-inverted
origin.
reverse door.
So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Of course.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Destiny. The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Fern moment.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Supposed to forget.
Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
It's a wall.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
You're the
Why
narrator.
don't I get a say in all of this? Is
Where
it really?
is the fern? You're right.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do
No
it.
restarting. Ah!
And the timer stopped.
Oh,
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
did we break it?
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come
How
for
did
us?
they even write
Will
this
something
game?
happen?
So,
Okay.
okay.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
I would.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
Why not
Though
both?
they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
That would be
We'll find out, won't we?
nice, wouldn't it?
Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
Ah!
if you-
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Ah!
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What ways haven't we
Stanley decided to
gone
go to the
yet?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Doopy-doopy-doopy-doo. Off we go, off we go, off we go. Oh. I feel there's still a lot of stuff from the original version we haven't found yet, but let's have a look at the new content just for a bit, and then we'll probably have to call it a stream.
Oh, good. You notice my sign.
Eventually.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show
So
you.
excitement. Probably go back and actually answer the phone at one point. That was going downstairs from the boss's office because we pulled the plug out of the wall the first time.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable
Okay.
and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Indeed.
The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense.
Oh, dear.
I say we take it one step even further.
Blue is concerned.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, goodness me. Hello. The end is never the end again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Investor showcase.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Oh dear, taste the sequel. Freshness, please. Why do none of the vending machines yield?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2,
What are-
now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh dear. Yay, 2. Goodness me. 2 doors. Yay, 2. Ah, more TSP, better TSP. Yay, paradigm shift synergy. Goodness me, I hate this language. Whee! Brain. Brain. Blue used to know what parts of the brain were called. Still remember some of them. Not well, though. Oh, look, it's the fern! Yay! 2 ferns, exactly. 2 ferns always better than 1. That looks a bit creepy, doesn't it?
Now, to
Through
be
we go.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Okay.
I figure that if I
Eyes,
can
ears,
loosely
nostrils, arms,
organize
legs.
a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them.
Okay.
It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Sequels are good. Yay. Oh, dear. Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. I remember that being one of the better of the old Disney sequels, but still not quite up with the originals. This way to the show floor, yay! What do you have to show us? New features. I cannot sit in the audience. Here we go. Up and around and around and around. Up the stairs we go. Very impressive. A reassurance bucket. I haven't found my bucket yet. Is this where we meet our bucket? Is this...
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Oh, goodness me. Oh dear. Choice paralysis. Merch! 2. I saw the new content. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Hello, Stanley. Big floating balloon version. Office decorations. Reassurance bucket. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Let's not go there. Reassurance bucket. I wish to view the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem.
What is your solution, friend?
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will
It's
fill
the
your mind
bucket.
and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable
Yay.
will feel perfectly normal and
Yay.
perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your
Jarring cognitive
arms. And to be
dissonance.
honest, It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that
Such a
would be?
pain.
Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Bucket! Bucket! I love you, Bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
I am
And in
swept
fact,
clean.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Ooh, thank you.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Thank you for saying.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on.
It is a
don't they?
fantastic bucket.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I will take this bucket with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
I love buckets.
That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Screenshots. Oh dear, Buzz. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. I do not wish to press that button. Bucket really matches your outfit. Thank you! Thank you so much. I do like this bucket. Ah, free, new, and easy achievement. Ooh, get it here. Let's do that. Stanley. New achievement. Yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Let's see.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Did we meet that one?
You see, you'll come to this
I don't
lever,
remember yet.
and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been
hordes.
uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Fine, okay. Off we go. Off we go. Yee.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we
Ooh,
seen
jump.
yet? You know what? Let's bring the jump circle
Yay.
back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait.
Jump.
You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump
Of
circle.
course.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Can't you reset my jumps? Jump, jump. Oh. What's the mug say? No jumps remaining. Oh, thanks. Collectibles. Can you find them all? I don't know, can I?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Thanks, guy. Waha! 106. Yay! Hooray! Hooray! Yay! Hello? Blank screen. Blank screen. Ah! I just had to move. Soft luck. No, Blue just forgot she was capable of movement.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Infinite hole. That sounds wonderful. Is the hole this way? Where's the hole? Screenshots. Is this the way to the infinite hole? Oh, goodness me. Hello, giant hole. Oh,
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever.
Wonderful.
That's right. Infinite falling.
Infinite
You
falling.
can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Whee! Yay!
You see, isn't it wonderful?
So wonderful.
One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Whee!
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I just want to fall for a while.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? Is it not actually bottomless? Is that the problem?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh, I see.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is.
It is.
Is it infinite?
Infinite?
Well, that sort of depends on
Oh,
your
I think we're
definition
gonna.
of
Are we gonna hit the
infinity.
bottom?
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Whee!
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
I did.
You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
It is
What
fun.
normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me.
Oh.
Maybe you're the problem.
Okay.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I'm a protagonist.
Why
I
don't we
said
just put
nothing.
all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite.
Sounds good to me.
If that works for you,
Sure thing.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Ah.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Whee!
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
So much.
Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of...
Ow!
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yes.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before.
I think you're correct.
Admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Okay.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
Yay!
If this starts to become a thing where...
Ow!
Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less
Steadily
infinite.
less infinite.
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep,
think we've
even
hit
by the
that,
lax
indeed.
overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here?
What is
Stanley,
happening?
I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something.
Okay.
Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
Yeah.
Oh, who am I to
Not
judge?
quite.
You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Whee! Whee!
Is the, teleport button not working?
It is not.
You sure?
Quite sure.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Okay. No effect.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Bye.
You couldn't bear to be away from the
No.
hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked
Hooray.
for.
I
It's
like
a
falling down
win for
infinite holes
everyone.
too.
You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
Good for you, narrator friend.
Take care, Stanley.
Okay.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Okay. So here we are. In the hole. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. It is so. I did that thing in Portal so much. Oh, I should play Portal, shouldn't I? That's another one where I played Portal 2 and I did manage to finish it somehow, even when I'm not very good at games. Oh, we're moving now. We're moving. But I don't think I actually played the original Portal. I did watch one of my siblings play it. I did very much enjoy. But I haven't played Portal in so long. That would be fun. Oh, I'm telling my kids this is Hole's move with Shia LaBeouf. Bye-bye, Surface. We're going down. And we don't have the narrator here. So we can get into all sorts of mischief. So much mischief. This is rather dramatic, isn't it? Ooh, change perspective. Wow. Portal 1 is generally a couple of hours if you do play it on stream. Maybe just an hour if you know what you're doing. I probably don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to wait for the right moment in the music and I'll change perspective again and hopefully we'll get a big dramatic noise. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I was slightly off time. Sorry. Change perception. Oh dear, I don't like that one. There we go. This is fun! Change your reality. Ooh, let's take a look at that one. Yeah, I'd hope maybe I could get through all of original Portal in one stream, but cannot really rely on Blue for that. What should we change next? Perception again? I like this perspective. Ooh, change yourself. Yay! Are we going to make this hole have negative depth? Oh, goodness me. Okay, what should we change next? Reality! Oh dear, that's... Oh dear, that's Iron Lung, isn't it? Ah! Ah! Oh dear, we are now upside down. Dinosaurs!
Stanley?
Ah!
Stanley!
I'm still here.
Stanley!
Ah!
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of
Gee,
it.
thanks.
You don't want to miss a single moment. So
Such a
how
good
about
friend.
if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
You truly are
From
a
the looks of
friend,
things,
narrator.
You and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
So many years in
and
the
I'm looking
hole.
forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Bye-bye. Well, I guess we're here. In the hole. So... Ah! The end is never the end, 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 is never the end. Ah! I think I may have to stop there for today. Oh, goodness me. I'm assuming everything saves automatically, and so I can quit to menu when the time is right. But, oh, goodness me, this game is a lot, isn't it? Mind melting. What did I say in the description? I always meant to have my mind flayed by this game. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think there is still an awful lot more to explore here. Much more to explore. We haven't come across any baby burning or what leads up to that. I'm sure there's something slightly less brutal that leads up to that. And we didn't actually answer the phone, did we? We didn't jump off the platform either. So much to do, so much to see. A mostly infinite game. Mostly infinite, indeed. Mostly infinite. Just like the holes. Oh dear, big stretch. Big stretch. Dearie me. Thank you so much for playing Stanley with me. Keeping me company on my first time confronting the narrator on my own turf. Can it ever really be our own turf? No, not yet. I'm sorry. Hey, do you think the Talos Principle has a nice vibe for a stream? I don't think I know the Talos Principle. Let me write that down because I keep paper on my desk to write things down. Talos Principle. Oh dear. Well, I will definitely keep going with Stanley, and we'll try to find as many endings as we can. Because, yes, honestly speaking, trying to think of things we can do writing related on stream is starting to get a little difficult. As in, I have lots of ideas for it, just being able to organize it and pull it off at the moment is a little much. So at the moment we're still MacGuffins You Write reading for next week, if anyone has any pieces they'd like to share. But I will put up a community post soon, maybe with a poll to just check to see whether people are ready or if they'd like more time. Because we can probably give it another week or even 2 if people wanted. It's, yeah, there is time. There is time. And, you know, I had some ideas for sort of world-building games or stretching, warm-ups, that sort of thing. Oh yes, was having the very vague thought that I should dig out the novel I started writing for NaNoWriMo on stream last year, being what I finally managed to do to make myself start streaming. Because I really like the idea. It's just things as they do when I write them get more and more complicated and convoluted, and by the time I reach the end of NaNoWriMo, I just have to go back and not write it again, but sort everything. I'm just wondering if that would be a nice sort of thing to just have to do for writing streams. Just no pressure, just slowly trying to pull this story together, and then eventually have something I can put up. Oh dear, it just got an awful lot more complicated because I liked all the side characters so much that they got bigger and bigger. And now things need to be from their points of view as well, and they're not side characters anymore. There's more protagonists. It became an ensemble cast. So I was originally having it as 2 points of view swapping each chapter, but that's didn't turn out working because one character had an awful lot more to do and the other character was locked in a hole. And there was less happening for each chapter. Oh, not locked in a hole, but locked in a room. Just have holes on mine, given we just spent a while falling down them. Okay. Oh yes, and please, if you haven't looked at them yet, maybe have a look at my the short story videos that have popped up, and any likes or comments or shares and all of that fun stuff. Helps with algorithms and views, and it's all very helpful to Blue. To Blue, who is terrible at advertising. Ooh, you should add an infinite hole. There's a thought. Add an infinite hole to a story. Ooh, maybe an infinite hole could be main magical project monster. I hadn't thought of just a hole being the monster. So I'm trying to think of more monsters that are kind of less animal based, if you know what I mean, because most of them are. I should probably watch Madoka Magica again, and maybe as we go on, the monsters become more like realities as opposed to monsters. I mean, there's a few that become a bit more like that, but they're still monsters at this point. But yeah, what if the monster creates holes? So many holes! Oh dear, that would definitely work to separate the team once the team is together. Sadly, we will not see the next member of the team as a member of the team until book 4. I'm sorry. It was originally going to be book 2 and have each new book have a new team member join up, but the books are just getting too long, so splitting them up. Oh dear. Alrighty, I should probably sing the farewell songs and finish up, so I have time to make lunch before I pick up the small one. Completely understandable. Oh dear. Well, thank you so much again for playing Stanley with me. It was so much fun, and we will keep going at another point, hopefully not too far in the future. But again, there will probably be an increase in gaming streams as Blue gets more and more into gaming again, and her concentration for writing decreases. Still trying to do as much, writing not on stream as I can to pull together main magical project or anything else that I can think of to try to put up. I wish I had more completed things that I felt happy with. I don't. And all the things I finished writing years ago, I'm no longer happy with them. Excited for next stream. Yay! Thank you. Thank you so much. Where are my lyrics? I found them in advance. Here they are. Okay. So, next stream, probably MacGuffins you write reading stream, but we will see how it turns out. And wherever you are in the world, good night to you, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and I hope the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that is what you deserve. And I do not need to turn off my background music, because I already did that. Okay, let's see if I can still sing. Ah, for the money that e'er I had. Not quite. I had spent it in good company. How and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done, almost saved it, for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Phew. Until next time. Until next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.